Hey people, this is episode 103 of Late Night Q&A with ZodWriter. His guest tonight is the awesome OTG. That's Overthink Gaming for silly posers not in the know. Look, this should be a fun episode. Zod might even share some of the fantastic music he has been writing and working on. This AI stuff is really something special. Enjoy the stream. I know I won't. Jeez.
All right. Welcome to tonight's episode of Late Night Q&A. I am, of course, ZodWriter, and with me tonight I got OTG. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Thank you for dude, we finally got this going, and dude, I'm so happy you're behind the famous red couch, because somebody, I forgot who it was, that told me ZodWriter better be on that red couch. I go, dude, you already know that's a famous red couch there, man.
Dude,
yeah,
I'm always gonna be on the red couch. I'm not gonna do a live stream without being on the red couch. That's ridiculous.
yeah.
You know, I mean, come on. That's it's part of it's like when you used to do live streams and you would have all your shoes that you collected behind you, and people used to complain and go at you and and whine about the fact that you're a home arcade YouTuber, but you got gym shoes behind you. What does that even mean?
Dude, I have them right here, right next to me.
Right.
And what's funny is when I started YouTube, I think I may have explained a lot of this stuff. So if this is your like first, second, third, fourth time hearing it, I'm sorry. But when I first started YouTube, one of my friends, like we would be outside in the back hanging out. And I guess as much as I talked about YouTubers, they're like, dude, why don't you do YouTube? You got the personality for it. I'm like, man, nah, I hated being behind a camera. So it's funny, my friend actually tested me out. He whipped out a camera when I got some of my Amazon packages. He goes, dude, I'm just playing around. Like, I'm not even recording. I'm like, dude, turn off the camera. I didn't like it, dude. But he was really recording, and I have that video still. I haven't showed nobody. It's not a video I want to show anybody, but it's to see how far I've come from that person that didn't want to be behind the camera, that now likes to talk. But then we were collecting shoes, man, a lot. I was into it big time. And it was like, they knew I liked the retro games. And my friend was so against me doing a retro channel. He's all like, dude, you're gonna put yourself in a little box. Don't do retro. He wanted me to start by getting used to the camera, talking to retro, but we had plans to go like away from retro, which I started doing. But dude, it just like I went back to my love. It's like I met
where you were. Was this the guy where you were like interviewing people and you had like, and you were that was like the opening to the show was like a cartoon, and you guys were interviewing people, and you were like bored as hell on the show, and in the back of your mind you was like, I gotta get the hell away from this dude. Like, is that the thing you're talking about?
I don't think so, man, because this has always been one of my friends behind the scenes. He only came through on one video. It was so funny. It was back in the day. It was RGT85, and we were reacting to like one of his tours or something like that. Oh, and we were just talking shit, but we were high as fuck on that video, man. It was bad.
I mean, you talk about a guy who,
who
thinks he's, I don't know. He thinks he's super awesome. I mean, I guess that's how I would describe RGT85.
Dude, it was easy to make videos on him back then. It was so easy because he would fuck up a lot. And that's what I would catch is his fuck ups. And back then, a lot of people didn't know, like everyone had like shitty cameras and shit, including RGT85, shitty production. So my friend is into photography, and I had the other friend, which was they were at my house every day. He was into video. So they taught me a lot, man. They're really good. Like them two are way, way above anything I know, but they taught me a lot. So I came into the scene just kind of arrogant, but it was all part of like kind of me just talking shit. Like I love doing it. It's how I hang with the boys. Like when I'm on camera, like if you meet me in person, I'm in a good mood. I'm the same way. Like I love, like it's just boys talking shit. So I tried to bring that to the camera, but the shoes was on purpose because I was all like, he goes, all right. He let me kind of do it by myself for a while before he stepped in. but I started doing like Nintendo shit, and I had Nintendo in my background. And one day he goes, "Nah, fuck this shit, dude." He goes, "Fuck that kids room, man. You have a fucking kids room." And that's where I started making fun of retro people. Started saying they had kids room. That was my little thing in the beginning. And he was all like, "Dude, you're into shoes. You're into all this shit. Let's." And he kind of designed my background for me. And it was kind of like, dude, and that painting, which is this painting right here, my friend did it with spray paint. It's a really nice Joker painting. Just put that in your background. And yeah, I was all like, all right. And he kind of did it. He liked it. And he goes, fuck what the retro people think. Fuck them. And that's it. And you're you. And you're different. You're going to stick out. And that was just the plan that we went with. And it was cool, man. So it was like that beginning, my channel started doing good, dude. Started doing really, really good until I hit like a wall because I started being friends with some people. And I just, that's where it kind of interact. He would tell me, don't ever be friends with people. It's all about you. And he would coach me really good. And then like kind of what to do, the plans, my goals. But eventually he just kind of like let me be me because I started being friends with people. I kind of stopped like listening to him, and I started doing like fighting game content, and it just like kind of went downhill after that. But it was fun, dude. In that beginning, oh my god, making fun of all these bigger YouTubers was fun. I'll still do it to this day, but it's like, man, I'm so busy, dude. Like when it comes to YouTube, sometimes I'm like, is it even worth my time? Like I have a video right now, I haven't even thrown the edit to that I recorded Monday, but hopefully I'll put that out. But it's not the same. So in doing that, I got caught up into like doing drama with smaller YouTubers, which is the biggest mistake. This is all before Home Arcade. That was the biggest mistake I ever made because it was so boring. When you talk about small YouTubers, you even put yourself in a smaller realm, right?
Exactly.
Home Arcade, probably. And these people were full of like the trashiest people ever, man. Like fucked up people. And then I started getting mad at that because I realized the people I started being in my comments were like fucked up people, man. And I don't want to get too much into detail what happened to me, but basically you could say that I just had enough, man. I had enough. They got way too personal, man. They got into my personal life, and I'm like, dude, this has to stop. I go, fuck those people.
All over stupid YouTube
Dude,
stuff.
stupid stuff, because I would tell the truth about other YouTubers, make people laugh. And that's where I kind of found the Home Arcade.
It kind of reminds me of someone else that you and I know.
Dude, exactly. And I think that's the reason why, especially, well, I would talk about that. Well, I'll just say who it is, Zohar. That's the reason why I feel for him. Like, I kind of feel like I've been through a lot of that shit at a crazy level where, dude, they were like, I should have had my network tied down, dude. They were like getting into my network and everything. And it was too much. It was too personal. And I said, dude, the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I talking to this little group of people? Why am I doing content on them? I should have stuck away from like the beginning. So I started trying to go towards like drama of like celebrities and drama of like other YouTubers in a real drama community. And I tried doing other stuff like that, and it was fun, but it just like, I just lost the passion for it. So that's where I met Joe. I met Joe into that little scene, Turbo Joe, and then he had the arcade one-ups. I already had known about Ralph. Ralph used to watch my content, and one time I saw Ralph streaming. I go, let me check him out, and that was over. I'm gonna blame Ralph. I started watching his content, and he was all like, he gave me a little shout out because he saw me in there, and I was like, man, there's a whole scene with people talking about arcades. What kind of shit is this? And yeah, man, it was crazy, man. So that's kind of where I got into this small scene because of Turbo Joe and him. But hey, Richard Dello right there, one of my bosses told me that stuck with me. What did he say? You can't take things seriously or personal. Once it becomes personal, it's time to move on. That's 100% true, man. And I think a lot of that's kind of what happened to Zohar. Look, there's Ralph.
There he is, Retro Ralph.
That's the guy
who just recently joined me on Late Night Q&A a couple weeks ago. I love Retro Ralph. Retro Ralph is one of the coolest dudes, man.
Oh yeah,
on the planet. And I'm over here. I swear I see exactly all the stuff you're talking about, and I specifically try to stay to stay as far away from the kinds of stuff that you're talking about as possible.
Hey, hold up, Zod. I'm sorry, I'm burning up. I need to just turn on the AC real quick. Hold up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's no problem, man. What's up, Ralph? Good to see you. Good to see this chat. Got some good people in the chat tonight. I'm so
Should have done
excited.
that before.
Yeah, man, we got some good people in the chat tonight. I'm so excited. This was
Dude.
a show I was really looking forward to, man. Every time I have you on, we always
Yeah.
have a fun time. All we do is laugh.
Yeah, dude, with Retro Ralph, it's so funny because when you meet him in person, he's that same guy, dude. Because I remember when I first met him, I go, dude, I better hear the voices. And because his crazy voice, I swear that these should have been in like cartoons or some shit.
Right.
Oh my god, it's so funny, dude. In person, it's like it's the same, dude. It's hilarious, man. So always a good time over there, man.
And Retro Ralph says, love you guys. Just wanted to say what's up. I'm going to have to watch the replay. What's up, Rich Wadello? I will try to rejoin in a few. Okay, Retro Ralph, that's cool, man. I'm glad you stopped by. Always a pleasure, man. And we got all these great people in the chat. It's awesome. OTG.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Rich Wadello. Good seeing you too, man. Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? What the home arcade community has been, man. There's a lot of people that are still tight with each other, but it's weird, like what's happening right now. All right. So when iArcade kind of went under, that's when I was still doing weekly retro party, and we had fun, man. We had fun with Zohar calling that out. We're like, iArcade is dead, but we could kind of tell because it was the shitty titles. And once you're kind of deep in the community, you kind of can hear little rumblings. And it sounded like, dude, it didn't sound good. It sounded like they were putting too much focus on the gun games, and they were putting out shit. Every show was like it was something to laugh at because Zohar would put up videos, so it was hilarious. And then we made like a little funeral. And we kind of could see it, and they went under. And it's kind of like the same thing right now. I feel like with Arcade One Up, I don't know when they're gonna go under, if they're gonna come back out, but it's a whole different company. So seeing like the community like not be excited about anything, it's kind of different. It's a weird time.
Seeing all those little kids working for the company,
dude. Yes,
where it looks like an orphanage, and they're all just sitting around working and it's like, are we gonna the next cabinet we can expect to come from Arcade One Up is going to be a Flappy Bird cabinet because these kids don't know nothing about any of the titles.
They don't have the passion, man.
Asking for. No, they don't.
And I get it. It was a toy company that got lucky, but it was run by people who had a passion in arcades. And I don't think even the name Arcade One Up is giving life again to arcades. So I think they didn't expect it to grow the way it grew. And a lot of people want to put credit towards the pandemic, but I feel like in 2018, 2019, we can't forget about those years. They were good years, man. A lot of people were talking about them. People were buying it. It was a hype time. So I think it was, I know people got extra money, but maybe I'm looking at it through my view of 2020. And I mean, whatever. I feel like it was already popular even before the pandemic, but it's like the excitement has gone, and whether that company can come out, I don't know, but it's a different company. Like you said, when I saw that TikTok of them being, of course I work at Arcade One Up. Of course we have dogs in here. And I saw that, I'm like, dude, what the fuck are they doing? Like, what's the point of that? They trying to get attention of young people. Like, look at us, we're a cool company. I don't get it.
Right. We got a Fortnite cabinet coming out in a couple of weeks. Like, I don't know what they're trying to prove. I don't know what that is. And then I don't know if you saw today, John D leaked the picture of the Pac-Man Pro.
That was funny. That cabinet, whatever it was, man. Ralph did a comment in there, like he said, "Oh yeah, it's probably gonna come with a non-licensed 60-in-1 board, and they're gonna lose the license." I don't know exactly what he said, but it was funny. It's on Twitter, definitely. But yeah. It feels like that's what they're gonna be, is a Pac-Man machine. Built a company that just puts out Pac-Mans. I don't even know, dude. What's up with that Mortal Kombat, dude? It's like, I don't know. I keep hearing 90K Fox saying there's no more XLs, but that hasn't been. It's kind of weird because all those people are connected with each other. So if one person knows, like, a lot of people know. That's just the way that this community is. They can't keep their lips sealed. Somebody's gonna leak something out. So when he says that, I think there's truth behind it. It could all be speculation, but if that's true, it's like, shit, man. Where's this company going? Because it seemed like they were going up and they were branching out to making bigger machines, which I wasn't a fan of, but it just like now, like what the hell's going on? I'm not sure if you noticed, but they put out a thing about the Mortal Kombat, I guess, spectate mode is supposed to come out within, they said 24 to 48 hours yesterday. But what was so
I
weird,
know. Yesterday.
yeah, is Moat put out a video. I don't even think it wasn't announced by Arcade 1UP, so somebody leaked that information out. That wasn't supposed to be official that way, and it's just kind of weird. I'm not putting blame on Moat. I don't know who started it, but everyone started running with it. So that's supposed to be the thing. Like, is there going to be another cabinet attached to that, like any kind of Mortal Kombat? I really doubt it, dude. I just don't see anything good in the cabinet, like, because everyone was hoping that that release has been done and it was supposed to be released with the announcement of an XL. And if it's not, to me, that's just bad news, man. Because if you look into history, every year since Mortal Kombat came out and since the first wave of Street Fighter, there's always been a Street Fighter and a Mortal Kombat. And I want to say it was during one of the live streams with John D back in the day. And John D said, UAG, has there ever been a year that we haven't put out a Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat? I remember him saying that, and it's stuck in back of my head.
Has there ever been?
Yeah, has there ever been? So they've always did the announcement either CES or maybe by now, I think by April by now, and then they always put out the cabinet around Father's Day, like June, July, somewhere around there in the summer. It just always has been there, at least from what I recall. And if they put out the spectating mode without an announcement of anything new, it's it's not looking good, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Look, there's Stringer, $2.
Stringer Films
What's up?
in the chat, $2. It's OTG. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's what it is. It is OTG, man. I mean, it never gets old talking about Arcade 1UP, watching the Titanic finally go down. I swear, I feel like we've been the writing has kind of been on the wall for a while. And
yeah.
And there's a lot of, and don't get me wrong. I mean, there's a lot of positive people out there in the community. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Stringer Films. You know, positive people like, you know, PD7 and of course, Danny over at Corner Cave.
Dude,
you know,
I'm supposed to be on Danny tomorrow. We're supposed to talk Arcade 1UP Dead versus Pro Arcade. I mean, it's gonna be me and Miss Corner Cave versus him and Michael B. It's supposed to be, but I told him I don't want no debate. I want it to be a fun stream, nothing crazy, because I'm not that passionate where I'll get angry and stick up for Arcade 1UP, because at the end of the day, we don't know. So we're supposed to have a fun stream. We'll see, man. I'm a little excited about it.
But I mean, I don't like, for example, with you know, with Michael B, for example, I mean,
Zod's gonna talk about Michael B. I gotta hear it.
That dude flip flops so much, it's ridiculous. You know, 1 minute he's you know, he's all on the hype train. He's one of the biggest Arcade 1UP shills you could ever have, and now he's all about, well, you know, real arcades are better. I mean, he just did a video yesterday about a whole stream about is it time to give up on Arcade 1UP? Like, dude, what are you talking about? You made your whole YouTube career out of shilling for these machines, and now you're gonna sit there and act like it's time to throw in the towel. It's like, give me a break. Like, I don't understand these people, bro.
Yeah, real quick. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I got to put this out there before I forget. Retrozilla did. Was it? Wait, who was it? Was it Richadello? Glarzilla. Sorry, I'm putting names together. He did say, "What about Podcast with No Name?" That's the one with Moat. I am still doing that. We haven't talked about it if the show's gonna go on, but Danny's gonna be after that, so I'm gonna do 2 shows back to back. I don't want to, or I don't want Moat to be listening and be like, "Hey, we got a show tomorrow." Yeah, that's first. After we're done, late at night. Probably about 10 p.m. or so, we'll be with Danny. But anyways, back with Michael B. I didn't understand. You know what I didn't understand? That it seemed like he went, all right. So Arcade 1UP, said, hey, help us out. Help us with streams. Him and Travis. And then he kind of like started selling his 1UPs and went like kind of hardcore into pinball. But it seems like now he's buying the 1UPs again. So I don't understand. I guess we all go through phases. I get it, but it just kind of. I was excited for him to get another pinball. I don't know. I was excited for that little hobby of his, but
Well,
yeah,
well, I mean, here's the thing though. There's a difference between paying hundreds of dollars for arcade one-up machines and thousands of dollars for Stern pinball machines. You're kind of, you're kind of splitting your audience there a little bit, because a
yeah,
lot of the people that watch your content for the one-up stuff aren't
yeah,
really going to be all that compelled by the thousands of dollars that you want to spend on Stern pinball. So
yeah.
I don't understand that type of flip-flopping, OTG. I've never been able to get into that. It's like either you believe something or you don't. Either you stand for something or you don't.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just when you're like that and you're so inconsistent, it's just gotten to the point where it grates on me. It makes it hard for me to not only to take these people seriously, but to watch them at all, because
Yeah.
what they say now has no bearing on what they're going to say tomorrow. They're gonna just keep switching, and keep pulling the rug out, and like it's like console kits, for example, right? He gets caught, telling a mistruth. He gets caught red-handed, gets caught on. So what does he do? Takes his entire YouTube channel down. And so, oh, I'll just disappear.
You know
It's
what?
like,
When
dude,
he took his channel down, I think he was looking for an excuse to take it down. I think
I
he was
think
getting
so too.
tired of it, tired of covering the news. If you remember, tried to start doing more music streams. He tried to do pinball content. I think the writing was on the wall, and he was looking for an excuse to leave, and that was it.
I,
But
I don't know.
yeah,
I look at it like this. It's like you told me a long time ago, and I'll never
yeah,
forget this. And you told this to me a long time ago. You put all your time and energy into this content. Just leave it up. There's no need to take it
I'm
down.
100% with
There's
that.
no need to. There's
Oh,
no
dude,
need to. You've invested so much into it. You've done all this. You might as well leave it up. It doesn't matter what the view is. It's content and it's out there. Who cares?
yeah,
Like,
and yeah, and if it's good content, it's gonna generate views on its own. If you just leave it there, like who cares? Like you don't think about what you did yesterday, months ago, whatever. Even if there's controversy around the video, as long as you weren't in the wrong, leave it there. But if you were like in the wrong, like with Michael B, I think there was a video he put out that he said it was some kind of misinformation that they called him out on. I don't know if it was a Mortal Kombat with the little symbol, if it was like spectate mode or something. Like they said, hey, that's not true, that's not true. But he left it up. And I don't know if he just got the news a little late, or like if I would have known, like, oh shit, I fucked up in that video. Like I fucked up by telling my audience that something is not true. I would have probably taken it down. Other than that, like I don't take down videos, man. And I'm 100% believer in that. But as far as like console kits, I don't think he should have taken down his content, but I felt like he was fed up. But the only thing I didn't like, and I lost a lot of respect, is that Zohar was his friend, was in the chat at that time, and he threw Zohar under the bus, was all like, I'm blocking you or some shit. I'm trying to remember, but he threw him under the bus like live. And I think that was a shot, not only to Zohar, but a shot to like me and like other people.
I don't like, and this is the whole thing with all of that, with the whole Zohar situation.
Yeah.
People out there, if they have issues with Zohar, that's one thing. But don't make your personal issues that you have with this guy everybody else's issue. That's the
Yeah.
thing I don't understand. So it became a situation where it was like, oh, well, if you're not siding with She Lion in the She Lion versus Zohar argument, then you're an a-hole, and you need to be canceled or forgotten
Oh,
about,
dude.
because
Yes.
you're siding with Zohar. And it's like, give me a break. It's like you can be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. We're talking about grown people here. And don't
Yeah.
even get me started on that guy that he has a YouTube channel that has, like, I don't know, like 200 subscribers. and
Yeah.
he thinks he's Mr. Grand Inquisitor, like investigator. He goes off and he does all these videos where he thinks he's exposing people, and all he's really doing is
It's getting personal.
pushing his personal views that change like the weather, just like everybody else, just like what you were saying before. Like you know, and unless you said something on your video where it's was completely wrong, and it's completely, and you're in the wrong, and then if you want to take it down, okay, but stand by what you said at the time. If what you
Yeah.
said at the time was how you felt, okay, leave it up, leave it alone. But like these people that want to make everything personal just because oh, you must be against A, B, and C because you sided with Zohar. Well, number
Yeah.
one, personally, I didn't take a stance on either issue. I just looked at it like it's between Zohar and She Lion, Zohar and
Yeah.
Jade. It's their business.
It was their
It's
business.
got nothing to do with me. And
Yeah.
this is the thing that ticked me off. Like I used to have a nice, cordial relationship with Jade. We would,
Yeah.
we would DM each other back and forth, and I would send her like, the AI stuff that I was doing. She always got a kick out of it. Remember when I did the AI Chronicles and I had,
Yeah.
her being interviewed and all that, and her voice and all that, and so we would go back and forth, and then all of a sudden, I sent her some stuff, and she just stopped responding to my stuff out of the blue, and then the next thing I know, I was unfollowed, and I'm like,
Dude, I was unfollowed too.
What the hell did I do? It's like I was supposed to have, because you know what? I was supposed to interview Zohar about his book that he put out. He was gonna come on here, and I was gonna interview him about the book. And
yeah, I bought that book, man.
We talked about it in Zohar, and we decided, you know what? No, we won't do it. Whatever, it's fine. We won't do it. We talked about it. We didn't even end up doing the interview. So I'm assuming that the whole reason that she unfollowed me and stopped talking to me altogether was because I had it posted that I was going to interview Zohar about his book, and she took that as me being, me siding with Zohar on whatever their issues were. And
it went too far, dude. All that shit was too much. Just to say a couple words in there, the thing I had a problem with was because it was a whole agenda. This agenda has been going on since the Reverend Twisted Chris. It seems like once, an enemy of my friend. Oh wait, a friend of, how's it go? The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Right.
That's how I felt like that they had got together. And the person who you're talking about, that channel, I was cool with them. I was cool, just cool, like just kind of chat like through Facebook Messenger. And I on my Migos podcast, I did make mention one time. I was like, you know what, I don't like things getting personal, and that was my thing. I kind of left at that. But the thing that made me just cut off all communication was I remember She-Line out of nowhere had unfollowed me or whatever. I don't know if this is the events of the order, but the main thing is She-Line did a stream talking shit about me. Like I people were telling me, oh, listen. And I really hate when people look at a stream and they start like doing a live reaction. Like, dude, no, get your thoughts, make your video, make your point, and actually make an entertaining video that's under 20 minutes long. You don't need no 2-hour stream to like keep watching somebody's content. Like stop pause. But there was a part where she kept talking shit about me, and I was laughing. I go, man, I could clap back, but it's not even worth my time. It really isn't. But this is this is the part where I say real quick was that's the reason why I have a problem with that person, is because they were moderating the chat, and we're supposed to be cool. We're supposed to be like, okay, like chatting. Like if I'm like let's say me and you chat or right now, Zod, and we're just cool, right? We're cool chatting back and forth. I'm not going to go on somebody's stream that's talking shit about you and moderating the chat and being okay with it and shit like that. I was all like, you know what? I don't need a person like that in my life, man. I'm done. And that's it. Like you just don't do that. So that's just like anyways, that's just the little shit that bothered me. But anyways, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I never understood it, and to me, I never had a problem, particularly with She Lion. I never had any
Yeah.
issues with She Lion, and honestly, I still to this day, I still don't. I don't know what it was that
It's
got
association with
got
Zohar.
me into
Anybody
it.
that's
And
associated with Zohar,
yeah,
got it.
well, that's where you see, and that to me is where it's a problem. It's like, listen, you can't do you can't do guilt by association in this small space. You can't do that because everybody knows everybody, right? And like I said, my issues with you would not be anybody else's concern. It's an individual thing. So I always like to take relationships on a one-on-one type of situation.
Yeah.
If I have a friendship with you, if I have issues with you, I'm not going to try to bring somebody else in and try to make them get
Yeah.
on board. And so for me, it just the whole thing was just a mess. The whole thing got way too public. Whole thing got way too personal.
Way too
And
personal.
anybody who was just happened to be around the two of them, and this was my biggest problem. My biggest problem with her decision to go the way she went was, well, you were best friends with this guy for a long time. You guys were like besties. We're taking turns kissing each other's butts for the longest time, and you didn't have no problem with nobody around when you guys
Yeah.
were friends. But now all of a sudden, because you're not getting along, everybody who
Everybody has to hate him.
happens to be around the two of you has to either take a side or you cut them off. That
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
make any sense.
Dude, if you have a disagreement, you just cut them off. One thing you don't do is you don't go through your DMs and you don't start oh sorry, I just noticed my camera was off. You don't go through your DMs and start nitpicking certain things and shit like that and putting it out to the public. That's shit I don't respect, man.
Yeah, I really have major issues with that. Like, it's like because to me, it's not supposed to get personal like this. It's a home arcade community for Christ's sake. Even the whole thing, even to like to this day, you know who else holds a grudge against anybody who's friends with Zohar? Anybody that is even associated with friends with Zohar holds a grudge that Akuma Rev. I was in one of Rexer's chats, and I was I was commenting in one of Rexer's chats, and Akuma Rev was in there, and Akuma Rev responded to something that I said. I thought he was responding to
Yeah.
a comment that I had made. So I responded to him, and when I responded to him, he went off on me. He's like, you're just as bad as Zohar. Get the F out of here. And I'm like, he's typing all this crazy stuff, and I'm like, dude, I'm not here for your drama, and I'm not here for your issues, whatever issues it is that you have with people. It's like he's like Zohar is like the biggest trigger word for all these people. Have you ever
Yeah.
noticed that?
Yes, dude. In
And they're
fact, I'm
and they're
telling
and
the
they're
speaker right now, he
they're
can't
the
say
ones
that he's
bring
friends
him
with
up.
him.
They're the ones that bring him up. They're the ones that bring him up. They bring him up all the time. Like what do you want? Like, for example, what's his name? That the guy I was talking about earlier that does that has 200 subs and
Yeah.
does all these like videos where he's like trying to bust everybody out. Listen, the thing that cracks me up about that dude is he's another one who was friends with Zohar the whole time.
Yeah.
He was friends with Zohar up to that point, and then all of a sudden, as soon as he fell out with She Lion, now all of a sudden it's a problem. And I just don't understand that, to the point where Zohar literally took down his entire YouTube channel to appease this dude, right? Takes his entire
Yeah.
channel down and does all this stuff. And I'm like,
Dude, that's the
now
thing
what?
I have a big problem with is that, all right, Zohar's a grown ass man and he did that to himself. He got bullied into doing it. There was personal things that were going behind the scenes that included his job and got him afraid. And he did write a book and he was getting shit on that. Dude, but the thing was the job, I think, that scared him the most. And I think he couldn't take the videos that were being made of him. Like, if anything has his job or his name or something that could be found on Google, he's the type of person that Googles his name all the time. And I don't know if it's for his job or whatever. I'm not gonna judge him on that, but it is a little annoying. Like, I try to help him out as much as I can, but he's a grown man. He's to make his own decision. And I feel like he was bullied into doing that, because if it's YouTube shit, like, we could clown each other, have fun, and keeping it on our content. But once you go personal and start getting into people's lives, like, dude, like, what are you? Are you in some other world? We're like in a gaming community that we're supposed to make fun of each other's videos, make fun of, and we're not everyone makes fun of people, but if you're going to criticize somebody on doing something wrong, their points or whatever, but to actually go that far, I just, man, I just don't like.
It's like I don't have that
Yeah.
kind of time, OTG.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who has that kind of time
Yeah.
to go back and forth on that level, to make videos where you're making hours upon hours worth of content about other people, attacking other people, like, and making it personal too, and then making it to where anybody who associates with this person needs to be cut off. It needs to be canceled and forgotten about too.
Mhm.
Like when Michael B. Go back to Michael B. when he made his statement condemning Zohar. I couldn't believe it. I was
he did, right?
I was like, are you serious?
It was the popular thing to do. Like, it was like I don't want to get into politics, but it was a popular thing to do. So everyone started doing it. It was so funny, man. And the only thing this dude did was make funny videos at the end of the day. It was nothing to hurt anybody. He never got personal. He may have clowned like a lot, but it was funny. It was always out of comedy, and people want to act like it wasn't comedy. But the reason why I think it blew up to personal is because of their personal business. It was all over a screenshot that got leaked out. That's personal business. That end y'all's friendship there, and that's it. And go on. And that's where it should have been. But it went way too far. Right. Way too far.
That's the bottom line. It's something that should not have been anybody else's business. That includes the guy that coerced Zohar into taking his YouTube channel down.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been involved like that either. And I know his position. He'll say, well, Jade is my friend, da 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 da. Yeah, but Zohar was your friend too. Okay?
Yeah.
Until he fell out with She Lion, and now all of a sudden it's an ordeal, and all these people that are like rabidly creating human shields around She Lion, like She Lion can't protect herself and can't defend herself. I mean, she does a pretty good job when she's going at people, making her videos, doing her live streams, and nobody says nothing about that. That's okay, right? But anytime, but when somebody claps back, right? Somebody claps back, now it's a problem. So to me, I just look at it like, God, y'all just have entirely too much free time on your hands.
Yeah, it's a personal hate too, like in this community. Yeah. Like, I've always been into like drama content, but when I go at it, I'm like more like into their content. I never get into a personal because I hate you because you're friends with them. I'm this shit. I don't do that shit, man. That's not content to me. People in this small community will probably pay attention because in this small community, they just want to watch something. They'll watch anything. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Like, if it has to do with the creator that's involved in this scene, they're going to watch it. So I think that's the reason why people did tune into those streams. No one even cared. They just wanted something on the background and something to listen to. But
I didn't even know. And this is the funny part about it, OTG. I didn't even know it was going on. I found out late in the game. I thought they were still friends. I didn't know what was going on. And then one day I saw a video where, I don't know if it was either because I was subscribed to both of them.
Yeah.
And one day, I don't know, I saw like a video from She Lion that said the truth about Dr. Zohar or whatever. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, this is weird. Like,
you're going after his job at that point, putting his profession out there.
Right,
and, dude, and if you did Google his name, there were reviews there that were bad, and they would link to the YouTube playlist. Like, dude, how are you gonna go to like a review about somebody's profession and say, check out their YouTube playlist right here? That like, oh my god, dude.
It's like I don't care about all the personal details
Yeah.
behind the scenes between you two guys. It's like, that's great, whatever. You and your friend had a falling out. Keep it between the two of you. Why does everybody else have to be involved? Like, why did the whole community have to be involved
I
and
don't
then
think
get
anyone,
forced to
yeah.
pick a side? Like, give me a break. Like, I'm not like, listen, I'm like, number one, like I said, I had subscribed to both of them. I considered myself to be, cool with both people. I didn't know about their personal issues, so I didn't feel like it was my responsibility to have to get involved and have to pick a side and have to be like. But once it became clear that if you're not on She Lion's side, you're an a-hole, you're a scumbag, you're all these things because you're not picking a side.
That's how people
No.
run agendas, dude.
It's like, no, I'm not picking a side because I don't care. Because
I
it's
don't think
none of
anyone
it's
really
none
cared. It was their
because it's
personal
none of
shit.
my- because it's none of my business. That's why I'm not picking a side. It's none of my business. So if it's none of my business, it shouldn't impact me either way, whether Zohar and She Lion are friends or not. It shouldn't matter because it's got nothing to do with me. It's got nothing to do
Yeah.
with you or anybody else in the community. But the way people went about it, it's like, it just goes to show how bizarre the home arcade community is, man. It's like, I'm like, this is just some weird, wicked,
It's
whacked
weird.
out BS, dude. I'm
Hey,
like, I don't know what this is.
hey, dude, I'm all down with Damien right now. He says, forever console fanboy, console fanboy forever. In him, dude, so I got to ask you, how do you feel of Zohar's actual decision of self-deleting his channel? We know he was bullied into it was because he wanted to save his name being mentioned of his profession linked with the YouTube and linked to those videos of his name and his job and his future employers and all this. But how do you feel personally that he made the decision to be like, dude, I'll make a deal with y'all. I'll go away as long as y'all take down y'all shit. I'll take down my shit and go my own way. Like, how do you feel about that decision that he made right there? Because that's a decision that a lot of people don't know. Like, no one really knows what happened.
Here's the thing. Here's my take on it. He's got another thing that he's doing. He's got another creative outlet he's going in.
But
So
Zod, is it really creative? Is it
don't.
really? You talking about his GeForce guy?
Yeah.
Dude, what I see are his emotions. It's a VR channel that, all right, so the way with Zohar, like when he got in an argument with Rev, get rid of my big blue, I don't want it. You know, once John D did something, get rid of all one-ups. That's the way Zohar operates. So if he has this happen in his life, get rid of everything. I don't want anything to do with the community. This is how he thinks. I know this dude. And that's why he went a different route, PC route, kind of bullied into it, and went a VR route. But if you watch that content, a lot of it's a murder simulator, dude. That's exactly what it is. Like over 70 of his videos are literally pulling heads out, stabbing heads, shooting in the mouth, ripping arms off. It's like, dude, you are so much more talented than this. You knew how to make people happy. You made videos because of other people, because you wanted to make people laugh. You go into this game, yes, there might be a community of seeing people rip legs off, rips heads off, but dude, that doesn't bring the joy and why people followed him, his talent, his music, everything that he kind of brought to the community.
I was inspired because of all his musical stuff. I was inspired, and that's what got me into the whole idea now with the AI of writing my own songs.
Yes.
And then turning them into, and then letting AI bring them to life. And I owe that to, and I owe that to Zohar because his music, he would make great songs. He would make songs, sometimes going at people in the community, but he would make some bangers though, man. They'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man.
I wouldn't mind if he went into the whole other community and showed his creative outlet, showed who he was, actually did edits and stuff like that, instead of just playing some VR game where he's murdering people over and over. Like, dude,
It's probably it's because of how he's feeling. He's feeling on
yeah,
the
it's
inside.
exactly
That's what
what
you're seeing right
he's
now.
getting his anger out, and it's sad to see a friend that's just under this cloud of just fucking sadness that you can tell just by his content that wasn't him, and he as much as I say he got bullied into that, that is true, but he had 100% control. He did the self-deletion. Like, they gave him the gun. He decided to shoot himself. That's exactly how I see it. I can't respect that new content because it's not Zohar. As much as he's trying to be another character, he's becoming a faceless YouTuber. He lost his fucking balls, and he's making content of just murder simulators. He'll do every once in a while to gain viewers and try to farm views. He will use Dr. Disrespect. He will use other clips that aren't even his that he stole just to get viewers and just to look at his sub count. But the truth is, it's not him. It's not his creative outlet. And I say over 70% of those videos are murder simulator videos. I may be wrong on the percentage, but when I go to his channel, I don't even like watching the content, man. Like, I straight up tell him it's trash. Like, I tell him there's no, like, I'm a friend, and he may get butthurt, but I'm a friend, dude. I feel like he's a lot better than what that channel is. And it just sucks to see somebody that is so creative. You don't have to be in this community to do it, but you can actually make videos that are creative, funny, or whatever, and do you. But it sucks to see what's become of that channel.
Yeah, I did not like the fact that his channel was deleted.
Yeah.
That I didn't agree with, and that made me mad at the whole, even more mad at the whole situation, because it was like I didn't feel like that warranted that. I felt like it was enough. That dude was calling his job and trying to make things
Yeah.
difficult for him on a personal level, making it that damn personal. When you make it that damn personal, I feel like you've crossed a line. And
Yeah.
I don't think, I don't think people talk enough about it. I mean, I understand that there's that there's issues on both sides, and there's two sides to every story, but that's exactly why it should have stayed between those two individuals and should not have filtered out into other areas, because it's nobody's business. And that's the bottom line, and that's what bothers me about it the most. His channel, yeah, he got, like you said, he got bullied into it, but here's the thing. That only happened because of external people that got involved in the situation. People, it wasn't She Lion that was demanding that he get rid of his channel, or else. It was the people that were, again, human shielding her, and trying to defend that aspect. And again,
Yeah.
I'm all about defending your friends. I totally get that. But at the same time, I realize, we're grown people, we're adults. You have to make your own decisions, and you have to pick your battles, and you have to decide what is it worth it? Seriously? Like, this is a home arcade community. Is it really worth all this? Like who has the time for this? I'm lucky if I'm able to even watch everybody's videos. If I get a chance to watch, who has the time to do all that? I don't know, man. I'm beside myself about the whole thing, because, like I said, I know way more about it right now than I ever wanted to know. And I feel like I'm probably not the only one who feels the way that I do. And Stringer Films for $2
Dude,
says
Stringer's been making me laugh.
trauma channels need some OTG ATL gummies.
Dude, let me tell you that gummy story, man. So we're over there at Atlanta, and I wanted something to get me through the event. So Stringer took us to go eat at some chicken spot, and fried chicken. And right across the street, they had a shop, and I just got one gummy, but it was a big ass gummy. And the guy warned me about it. He's all like, dude, do you want something like that strong? I'm like, hell yeah. So I don't know how many pieces. I want to say I cut it into 4 pieces. Shit, man, may have been more. But damn, dude, those were some strong gummies, man. I mean, it being one, holy shit. So yeah, I enjoyed the convention like that. And UAG took one, and he was out, man. He wasn't used to taking them, so he was out, dude. It was crazy. it was a good time. But you know what's kind of wild? I was thinking, dude. This has more to do with conventions. So I wanted to go to a convention this year, and every year at least the past 2 years or 3 years, has it been 2 years? I don't know. I've gone to they're Atlanta, where Stringer's from, at Southern Fried Gaming. And it's a lot of fun. What makes it fun is Ralph is there, and it's a small little group. Nostalgia, Nick, really cool. And I decided not to go this year because I started spending a lot of money on real cabinets. Not only did I get a Mortal Kombat 4, I am right now working or commissioning Nick to make me a WrestleMania. And I've spent a lot of money on that, like the artwork, the board, like most of the expensive stuff. I think Nick's got the cabinet, like we're pretty close to being done. So a lot of the money's going into that. And that was actually some of the money I had for Atlanta. I'm like, like whatever, I'll just go to Chicago for the Pinball Expo 40th anniversary instead. But now that I see, it seems like a lot of the one-up scene is going to be there at the 40th anniversary. At least they're saying the Pinball Expo. It makes me not want to go. It makes me want to go to Atlanta. So I don't know which one I'm going to go to. Are you going to go to any of those events, or at least the one near you, Chicago?
I'm going to go to the Chicago event in October.
Yeah. Hey, dude.
I'm going to be there because I actually want to meet everybody. And
yeah, I do want to meet some people.
Yeah, hopefully we don't get killed, but I definitely do want to, want to meet some people. And I feel bad because, again, I feel like this community should be about fun, man. It should be about fun. And if you're going to be critical and you're going to have problems and issues, you should have problems and issues with the products and the companies, not the fans and the people that are in the community just trying to have a good time.
Yeah, it's what Stringer's saying. Schaumburg isn't rough, which it isn't. I stayed in Schaumburg for like I think 8 weeks one time for when I used to work at this job. They were based out of Schaumburg. Yeah, it's a nice little suburb, man. It's really nice, and I imagine the convention is really nice. But how far are you from Galloping Ghosts?
Galloping Ghost is not that far from me. I would say it's probably about maybe 35 minutes.
All right, cool. So because I'll let you know. There. I didn't think about you, but Toxin knows. I may go there next week. I'm gonna be in that area. That's why. But I'll let you know. You may be busy though. I think
just let me know when you are, and if I'm not busy, I'll try to make it.
Oh man, my camera went off again. I think I keep hitting something, but anyways, Stringer's making me laugh over here when he's saying that I like going to rough areas for Crystal hamburgers. Fuck that! I went to some rough area there where he's from. Never again, dude. So what happened was I landed in Atlanta and I was waiting for UAG to fucking pick me up and give me a ride. Instead, I should have just taken the Uber, but I took an Uber. Like I looked at my phone, I go, what's near the airport? And I don't think it was Crystals. It was one of the places. Was it Crystals? It might've been Crystals. Yeah. Dude, when I went there, it was like all the windows were like all foggy, like old fogginess. It was like ghetto as fuck. And they dropped me off and I got mad because they dropped me off and nobody was there. And then I go to the door and they lock the door in front of me, but there's 2 people eating inside. There's a bum right there by the door, and they tell me to like leave, like they're not open, and they're supposed to be open 24 hours. I'm like, what the fuck? So I got mad.
There was something going on.
I don't know what the hell was going on. So I walked from there to like a deli, and it didn't look that far on the map, but it was pretty scary just to walk down there, and it makes me never want to go anywhere in Atlanta that's near the airport unless it's closer to where that convention's at, because it's a lot better over there. Like near the airport, fuck that, man.
And Toxin says OTG, that mistake was shopping at an ATL gas station at night.
Dude, over there it's different though. Like I haven't explored Atlanta, but the places I've been to, it's all right. But I like where the convention's at, like all that. But the best thing about going over there is just the people, the small niche of people. But everyone's saying that Pinball Expo is the spot to go, man. It seems like it's gonna be a lot of fun, but we'll see. I haven't
I don't
bought
know.
any plane tickets or anything.
I just would be excited to go just to meet everybody and because I'm not really into pinball, so it would just be more of a, you know, like a social event for me more than anything else.
Yeah. And then you don't live that far from that area either, probably. So you don't have to do no plane ticket or anything. You're right there near Schaumburg. You could ride over there.
Yeah, I'd be able to go. Schaumburg isn't super close. Now Galloping Ghost is a lot closer to me.
Oh, they're
But
all close to each other. I
but
think.
but I definitely
Yeah.
will be there. I
You,
mean,
you know what, dude? I remember being I was younger, and back then I don't even know if GPS was around back then. There had to be GPS. There may not have been GPS. I may have been getting around the area with maps.
it wasn't a super advanced GPS. It was just a
Yeah, I don't even know if I think I had a MapQuest stuff during this time, but I remember going down to Chicago. I had a car that I rented, and I was staying in Schaumburg, and I remember like I was downtown, and I remember seeing a street called Chicago Street, and I said, "Well," I looked at the map, and I was like, "This takes me all the way straight over there by Schaumburg, and where to get off?" I go, "I'll explore." That was the craziest thing I ever did because that was my first time seeing a hood, dude. I've never seen a hood in my life. At least I thought I had seen a hood till went over there, and it was crazy, man. I literally I didn't get scared. I was more shocked at just seeing everyone outside, dude. Just like, dude, when I was at a stoplight, I was so scared, man. It was like I wasn't that scared, but I was like, please don't get near me. It just they're not bothering you. So it was fine, but it was like the amount of people that are outside and then like, whew, dude, it's crazy. It was wild.
yeah. Shout out to Sin Havoc in the chat. What's up, Sin Havoc? Good to see you, man. As always, pow. Man, I am looking forward to the expo though. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. And I'm looking forward to seeing you and Ralph and meeting all the nostalgia powered guys that I stream with, and it's going to be fun. I'm really excited.
Have you been there before?
To the expo?
Yeah.
No.
No? Oh shoot, I was surprised.
This will be my first time going. No, I didn't make it the last time because I had some stuff going on at the time. I had a visitor from out of town, and I wasn't able that weekend. And last time y'all were in Chicago.
Yeah, hey, Raphael ain't kidding. I rolled up the windows real quick. He goes, "You rode through West Chicago. You rolled those windows quick." I did, dude. It was crazy. I literally saw a bike with just a frame. It looked like it'd been there for years, though, like tied around a pole. Rims were missing, tires were missing. I literally people shooting craps and shit. Like it was just all the businesses were all fucked up, man, and they're all close to each other, dude. And just so many people outside, dude. It just was. I'd never seen that many people just outside, dude, around businesses and shit. Like it was rough, dude. It was like, damn, man, I never want to go through this. But I had some friends come in like the next week or two. I said, "Hey, you guys got to see this," and they didn't believe me, and they were laughing after it was all over. And I remember seeing my friend. He went like that with his hand, made sure the door was locked.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my God.
Hey, Biggie D's asking, we heard about MK Spectate. Yeah, it was leaked. It was leaked. Everyone knows about that. If there's any news with that cardboard scene, everyone's gonna know about it. Because right now there's no news. But speaking of the home arcade scene, this is old, but I saw your favorite little cabinet, the MVSX, was on sale for $429. And it's a small little thing, but I almost bought it. I was like, no, I gotta be strong.
I love this shit. MVSX. I am gonna swear by that cabinet for the rest of my life. Oh my God, it's awesome. I can't get it. I can't get enough of the MVSX. That is one cab I can honestly say I play every day. There's always something on there that I want to play, and I love Neo Geo, and it's just
I love Neo Geo, but it's that control panel looks tiny.
What's up? What's up, Steve? Good to see you, man.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
All right, what's gonna be returning at the expo, Stringer? Oh, he's over here saying that, dude. Yeah, I don't know, man. I sold my Mortal Kombat, and Stringer's crazy at Gleam's flipper lag. Oh my god, that's funny. Oh man, but anyways, I sold my Mortal Kombat, and I had already heard about the spectate because Travis was, talking about it on the shows, and I bought it specifically because I wanted to check out the spectate, and that was last year, man. It had to be like around
yeah.
August,
There's
September.
been rumors of spectate forever. So I
Yeah,
mean,
so I bought the cabinet, and dude, I just never played it. So I was waiting and waiting. They took too damn long, so I sold it like last month or something. Yeah.
sounds like a dolphin disease.
Yeah, dude, that kind of sucks for people who bought that at game shit, right? They buy a 4K pinball, are excited, spend a lot of money, and then like the game that you buy as marquee, whether it's Adam's Family or what's the other one? Attack from Mars. It's got that flipper lag, at least what they're saying. Dude, I would be let down, dude. I would be like, fuck this, man. I would be so mad.
Stringer Film says, I'm so pumped to play the new Back to the Future pinball at the expo. Well, y'all can have your pinball machines. I have no interest in pinball, man. I look at pinball and I see just overly priced just trash. I have no interest. I couldn't be less interested in pinball. Biggie says, I'll believe it when I see it. I think Biggie, you're talking about spectate, right?
Yeah, it is coming, dude. They already said it was done, and yeah, it's coming.
Was it Code Mystics that did it?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I if anything, they probably helped, but I doubt that. I don't even know if they're gonna put their name on it because I doubt that machine is gonna have. It's gonna have it, but I doubt that it's gonna have rollback. They would have been all happy announcing that and shit like that. But the way it got leaked out, it makes me wonder if it was leaked on purpose. I doubt it was. It's just like regular people talking about it. You think Arcade One Up would have done the opportunity and do like a small little show or something, but maybe not, man.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, VC is asking if we're getting the Nova Blast, man. You know what? I just bought another monitor for the Unico monitor, and I was like, man, I have a main cabinet here. I have an empty cabinet that I'm working on, and I'm like, that 26-inch will fit in there like barely, but it'll fit in there where like it takes up maybe all the fucking room. I'm gonna have to make like a small bracket. But I was thinking, dude, like I wanted the Nova Blast, but I'm like, man, I think I'm just gonna make my own main.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting the Nova Blast. I can tell you that right now. I mean, no interest. Yeah. A friend of mine that I grew up with, OTG, he had a real pinball machine in his house. Like and this was like way back in the day. This was a classic pinball machine, and people used to play it all the time. And I never touched it. I never played it. I didn't play it once. And I used to hang out with this friend all the time regularly, and I never touched the pinball machine. Even then, as a kid, I had no interest in pinball.
Yeah. Dude, I'm surprised you never had interest in pinball. It's fun, dude. I'm not into it hardcore, but there's a couple games that are really good. Like I like all the Williams tables. Dude, before I forget, man, Damien he told me when you go on that show, he's been telling me for weeks, like to tell you that you look like somebody. And I don't remember the person's name. Damien, if you're in here, say it's somebody rigs everything. That's his channel. Shit. What was his name? He just sent pictures of him.
Wow.
I don't know, dude. He's
Well,
getting mad if I didn't tell you, so I wanted to hurt.
They say everybody has a twin in the world, so who knows?
Yep. Jerry rigs everything.
Jerry rigs everything. Okay.
I think that's what it's called.
And he's a YouTuber.
Yeah, dude, I don't know why my shit keeps doing that. Every
Jerry
time
Riggs,
yeah, look him
everything.
up, dude. It's funny. I can see it in your profile picture. Let me look it up, Jerry.
Yeah, I could see how people could think that, see a little bit of a resemblance, a little bit. I mean, could be related. I don't know. Maybe he's like a distant cousin or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'll hit you up next week, dude. We'll see, because I think I might meet up with Golly if he can, or somebody. Just because I've never been to Galloping Ghost, and I keep seeing so many fucking videos, and I've been watching because of Nick. Nick got me watching a couple interviews with the doc, and it's pretty cool, man. Like some of the stories, I didn't know that over there they have a narc machine that's the only machine that has like a certain special stage, like a level in there that has like a helicopter and you just blowing all kinds of shit up. I was like, man, that's pretty badass. Go over there and play a couple games I'll never be able to play, like that one and Primal Rage 2 for sure. So I'm a little excited to go check it out.
It smells really good.
Yeah,
in
it probably
Galloping.
doesn't. I don't believe I don't believe Stringer. What does it smell like in there? Well, you been there, right? You had
Bubble
to.
gum, bubble gum, and
Oh, it does smell good.
bubble gum and like old arcade machines. I mean, it's cool though. It's so big and it's so daunting to be there with all those machines, man. Yeah, yeah. Like
80-year-old
80-year-old
state carpet.
stained carpet. Yeah, that Stringer. That's a very appropriate, an appropriate way to describe it.
Oh my god, not funny as a dirty socks. Hell nah, dude. Because Damien actually there's a deal. It wasn't a free cabinet. It was a deal that we worked out, and through a trade, I guess you can say it that way. I got a cabinet from him, and it used to be a game from the 80s called Boot Camp, made by Konami. It's a smaller cabinet, but right now I sanded the fuck out of it. But there's a smell in that cabinet that I cannot get out. And I've tried. Actually, I think I may have got some of it out, but what it smelled like
Cat
was
piss.
it smelled like it was in a barn,
Oh
because
no.
my dad raises animals, and I go, man, this smells like feed, like for goats or some shit like that. He's all, dude, this cabinet was stored however many years in a barn, right? I was all, I didn't know, but it smells like a fucking barn. And so I think I'm gonna end up, whatever I can, sand the fuck out of the inside and paint it, man. I need to get that smell out. I've tried everything right now.
What better place to meet up than the largest arcade? Exactly.
That's white mold. Oh shit! Well, I don't see no damn mold in the thing. I hope not. I guess
White
there's.
mold. Wow. Okay.
You know what? There may be something. What if it is because you know what? At the bottom of the cabinet, it looked like it may like have been wet around the very bottom. I don't know if that was like extra pieces of MDF or what, but I ended up sanding the fuck out of that shit.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna spray it. What's that shit he's talking about? I don't even know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm taking a picture of it. But anyways, yeah, I need to get like, in order for me to put that cabinet in my house, I can't have that smell. I don't need it smelling like fucking goat feed.
Wait, you're gonna bring it? You're gonna actually bring it in your house?
Not until I have it all done. So that's if because I've been working so hard on it. I'm like, man, I don't want to. I want to keep it. It looks good, but it's just that smell is fucking. I need to get that smell out.
So how many? Okay, so how many real arcades do you have now?
I have 2 right now. I'm gonna get a 3rd one. And this will be my 4th.
Just go to
And
IKEA.
that's it, dude. Like no more, dude.
Just go to IKEA.
Yeah. I on purpose, dude. Well, I don't really have that much room in here, but there's a little like what's supposed to be my dining room, but I don't need no fucking dining room. That's the arcade. So yeah, I'm gonna fit as many as not as many as I just want to fit 4 in there, maybe 5, and that's it. Maybe 6, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, it was like when my dad told me, he's like, you can just move your toilet and your bathtub out of the bathroom and have room for another cabinet.
Dude, actually, I was thinking about moving them in this room, but it's just the way this corner is. I probably can't because like the AC is like right there, and it just like, yeah, I probably can't fit. I was thinking about it, like, man, it would be cool to have them in this room, but nah, I'm gonna leave them over there because where I have them, like, you walk into the house, you walk into the living room, and you can literally see them right there through the hallway. So, dude, I don't know what the fuck keeps going on with my shit. It's pissing me off.
32 full-size cabinets. Wow.
Dude, Stringer's Arcade is the shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, you could open up a small arcade with 32. I mean,
Yeah,
that'd
dude, and
be
I don't wanna put them in my garage either, so dude, that's the thing, I don't want it to smell like fucking, toxin saying my crib's is gonna be dusty and smell like a 40-year-old hotel carpet. Nah, like, you know what's so funny? Damien came over, and when you powered it on, it like, the cabinets have, like, an old wood smell, they kinda do, like, I won't smell it, but every once in a while, like, when I turn on the cabinet, I'll kinda get, like, a small little smell, but it smells so damn good, though. It's a good smell.
Yeah, you definitely would need more space, Steve, if you were going to start trying to add in arcade machines.
Alright, they all smell the same? Alright, I got 2 Midway, and they do smell the same, but I like that smell. That's a good smell, though. It's just like an old wood. Like, it's not bad.
Old wood.
Yeah,
Old.
it's a good smell, man.
You should be able to buy that in a can. Old wood. You just spray it around. That's just like, yeah.
Yeah, the one Damien got me smelled like goat feed, man, but, supposedly it's white mold.
You can poop in one-up risers. There you go.
Hey,
Turn
Zod,
the
so you're not
riser
gonna
into a
get any more
toilet.
one-ups in your place or what? You don't have any, right?
Me, I've got an MVSX, I've got an iArcade, I've got the Bobby Vucade, the Mortal Kombat cabinet that Bobby Vu made for me, and then I got the only arcade one up I have is the Mortal Kombat 2 Countercade.
Oh, yeah, I
And
got
and the
rid of that
only
one.
and the only reason I kept that was because I only paid $18 for it when it was on
Yeah.
sale through Amazon. And here's the thing, I did the team encoder hack on it so I could add a whole bunch of games and systems and stuff on it. And
Yeah.
Bobby Vu did a great image for it and stuff. So I just did that, and I got that, and then I got a small Play Minimal arcade, which is like a mini Mortal Kombat 1 replica when it's got the Johnny Cage artwork on the side. Now it's really cool.
Dude,
Looks exactly like the original Mortal Kombat cabinet. Like they took the original MK machine and just shrunk it down.
yeah.
And so it's cool. I mean, but no, I don't, other than the arcade one up countercade, I don't have any arcade one ups. No.
Dude, because all right, so I was talking to Reggie the other day, Radical Reggie. I hadn't talked to him in a while, so I hit him up, and we're talking about these little things. He goes, "Hey man, I started buying some what else, but not like the ones that you probably have." He was talking about the countercades, so he got into the countercades. So he was going off on them, all happy. But one that was surprised that he mentioned that he had was the Visco, and I told him, "Dude, I think there's a hack for that." And I never saw the hack, but I think I remember hearing P
There's
Dubs
one.
talk about it. So I told him that, and I wanted to send him the link. So I started researching the link. I only saw, I think, Neo Severa talk about it, but he said it was kind of difficult. And I heard P Dubs talk about it, but I don't see any tutorials on it online. So I don't know, like, dude, if there's a
Yeah,
tutorial,
it's a little complicated from what I saw. And like you, I didn't really see any places where you could, any like major tutorials or anything.
yeah.
Yeah. Cuz I was curious about it myself, but I was not by any means going to buy that cabinet, but yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Dude, oh yeah, Stringer's talking about his big buck that's hooked to a projector. That's just fucking badass. Like the one ups that he has are fucking badass, dude. Because he has that. and then he has a one-up board inside a real sit-down Star Wars, and that shit was fucking cool. And then he's got, well, I'm not gonna talk about his centipede, but he's got a centipede that he modded. Supposedly I was on it all night, but I don't remember that. But that's a cool one. I think, did he mod it? Did he put a shadow box, or did he recess the screen? He did something different on that one. I forgot it. But anyways, all his shit's real, but the one-ups that he does have in there are fucking cool.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, that's one good thing to have all kinds of, to at least make use out of them and do some creative things with these one-ups.
Yeah. I mean, they're cool, dude. They're good for what they were, but I think I just got tired of the games that I wanted, just never came. And
Now,
then I
do you
always
still have your Street Fighter the movie, the game arcade?
no, I sold that one, dude. I
How
sold
much?
it.
How much did you sell that one for?
Dude, I hardly sold it for anything. I sold it for $80. 80 or 60.
No. What are
Yeah,
you talking about? Are you serious?
well, I took the guts out of it as far it was running a pie. I took that out of it and I just sold the cabinet. It was a legacy. It had the control in the middle, it had the marquee. But there was a guy over. In fact, it's a guy that sold my countercade, the Mortal Kombat. And he goes, "You sell anything else?" I go, "Dude, I'm trying to get rid of this." I said 80. He goes, "Well, I'll give you 60." And I said, "Take it, dude." Because I was just tired of seeing it. I wasn't playing it. In fact, the main one that I do have right now, it looks like a Konami, but I was thinking about either making it into a Street Fighter or making it into a Turtles. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's for sure gonna be.
I thought that was gonna be your keeper because you'd gone through all that trouble to make it that cabinet. I thought, man, you're gonna keep that one forever because that was just. I thought that had some like personal value to you. And listening
Dude.
to you talk about it now, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I got rid of it now, dude. The reason is because like I wouldn't enjoy playing on it, actually playing, because dude, it was the legacy. And on a riser, I went through a phase where I said, fuck all the risers. And I think that's what just got to me. Like it wasn't a real cabinet, I think that's the reason why I sold it. I was getting rid of all my one-ups at that time.
Yeah, well, I can honestly say I had the one-ups I had a Pac-Man. I gave that one away, and I had the Defender Partycade, and I gave that to my nephew. So
Dude, everyone's crazy about the Defender Partycade. You gave it away to your nephew?
I gave it to my nephew, and he loves it. He plays it all the time, and I couldn't be happier that I gave it to him because I felt like, because I'm seeing all these people on eBay trying to get like $1,000 for it, and I'm like, who's gonna buy this? Who's gonna spend this kind of money? And it just, for me, I just felt so good when I gifted it to my nephew. I'm like, yeah, $1,000 for this damn thing. Like,
dude, did you get it on a sale or did you get it normal price or what?
No, when I got it through
Home Shopping Network or one of those places.
Home Shopping. Yeah, that's how.
One of those places. Yeah, I know QVC, one of those. I know they had it, and I saw it a few times, and it looks cool. But I was like, yeah, I'm not into it that much.
Oh, it's really a nice cabinet, and especially for him, my nephew that I gave it to, he's 16, and he and his favorite game on there is Tapper, and he plays Tapper, and he all the time he likes Bubbles and Gorf. He likes all like the classic stuff. And I asked him, I said, "Do you play Defender? Because Defender's the marquee title." And he's like, "No, I'm not really all that good at Defender." And I'm like, I wasn't really good at Defender.
It's
either.
hard, dude. But that game is hard.
But the one thing I love about it though is the fact that they actually got, the button layout correct. It was how Defender actually is. So to me, they did that right. That's the kind of stuff that people had been asking Arcade One Up to do from the beginning. So I don't understand why they don't do more cabinets like that. And like you said, everybody wants the Defender Partycade, so that should be something that they rehash instead of
dude. It was a big mistake
on eBay trying to get over $1,000 for it.
Yeah, it was a big mistake when they did make that 1/3/4 Defender and didn't have that layout. They still kept Mortal Kombat
layout. That's so dumb. Even even Joust has the Mortal Kombat layout. Like, it's
Yeah.
so stupid. Like
It's
who
stupid, right?
wants that? That's like the most dumb. That's like that's like that would be like putting out a Street Fighter cabinet with the Mortal Kombat layout. How insane are you? Are you like high on I don't know, like paint chips or something? Like who does that? Like what like and this is a company literally selling these cabinets at a premium price and it's a Defender with a Mortal Kombat layout.
Dude, the one that got me mad, and I didn't understand why so many people liked it, but it was the Shinku and the Yoga Flame. When that came out, I hated the artwork, but I hated that it was in their brand new Midway style at that time, and
Oh.
it just bothered the fuck out of me, man.
No,
I hated it.
because it doesn't make sense. It's not right at all.
Yeah.
Like why I don't want a Capcom cabinet with a Midway aesthetic. I'm not interested. What are you doing? Okay, so give me a Street Fighter cabinet with the Mortal Kombat layout. Okay, like that looks like the five, the way the five buttons are like laid out like five fingers. Give give me
You're
that. Like
making me laugh.
nobody wants that though. Nobody's asking for that. That's so stupid. Like, and they expect to sell these cabinets. Like, those cabinets should be severely discounted. You should literally be able to get those for like $80 a piece at this point. All those cabinets, the Defender, the Joust, anything that has like the Mortal Kombat layout, but it's like a legacy. I don't even understand why Mortal Kombat is even on there because you want the marquee game, you want the layout to match up with the marquee game.
A Stringer said he's just waiting for MK with a trackball in the middle, man. I guess he.
Yeah, yeah, might as well do that and throw one of those stupid bowling games on there. Or what's the game that everybody loves and everybody goes crazy over? Golden Tee.
Yeah.
Do a Mortal Kombat Golden Tee hybrid cabinet. I'm sure that'll sell.
Dude,
'Cause
right now
people are
I have a
morons.
feeling dude, if One Up does this year, man, they've been so slow on their shit. But if they really do announce this damn fucking, if they do put out the spectate here in the tomorrow or Friday, wait, what's tomorrow? Thursday? Whenever they put it out, if they put it out tomorrow, whatever, and they really don't have an announcement or no plans for another Mortal Kombat, dude, and just expect to sell whatever they have in stock, dude, oh man, the writing's on the wall, dude. You'll
Yeah,
never get your trackball one, Stringer. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, Dark Realm Gaming. Okay. I'm sure Joust is a great cabinet, but Joust deserves to have the correct layout, not the
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat layout. That's what I'm complaining about. Why? I mean, if you got to have a Mortal Kombat layout, then don't put Mortal Kombat on the cabinet. It's not necessary. People that are going to buy Joust are not buying Joust to play Mortal Kombat. And people that are buying Mortal Kombat are not buying Mortal Kombat to play Joust.
Yes, I agree.
I'm tired of this. I'm sick and tired of this. You put games on the cabinets that match up with the type of cabinet that it is. So if it's a Mortal Kombat cabinet, you should probably put other midway fighters on that cabinet. You know what I never understood, and this is something that always bugged me too. Why not put Killer Instinct and Mortal Kombat on the same cabinet?
They have
They're both
different controller layouts.
Yeah, but they're both midway. And if you're gonna and
Well,
if
I
you're gonna
think
and
Killer
if you're
Instinct's no
gonna
longer Midway. They're with Microsoft now, so that's why.
Yeah, but at the time, I mean, if we're getting, off
With the
going
licensing,
for authenticity, but
yeah,
yeah, you're right. With
yeah,
licensing and all
they
that,
had it. That's
I
why they
mean,
had the Battle Toads and stuff, the stuff with Rare and
but
Microsoft.
and VC, I agree with you 100%. Sinistar being on the Defender Party Cade is awesome. But that's what I loved about the Defender Party Cade. The Defender
Yeah.
Party Cade is midway, and the Defender Party Cade doesn't have Mortal Kombat on it. That's why it has the Defender, the correct layout. If Mortal Kombat was on that Party Cade, it would have the Mortal Kombat layout. I guarantee you. There, it might be. It would have a Defender marquee, but it would have a Mortal Kombat, button layout, just like the
Yeah,
regular.
dude. So I think, dude, if they would have been safe, I mean, I doubt they would have been able to do this. Maybe the licensing would have been way too much, especially with wrestling. But one of my favorite games is WrestleMania, and it does have the Mortal Kombat layout. But if they couldn't get that, just the 4 Mortal Kombat games, including 3 and UKM3, I think those would have been cool. But I guess people complained. I'm not sure people complained with the first wave or that second gen if it was just not enough, or they were just
Oh
trying to
yeah,
think
no,
more
no, no,
games or
it's
what.
not enough. Oh, let's drop Paperboy on there. That makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. Paperboy, you don't even have the right controls, let alone you're playing. Okay, you're playing with the crappy arcade 1-up buttons and sticks, and then on top of it, you got the Mortal Kombat layout. I mean, I hate it. I can't. That's why I can't do it. I look at it. I say, okay, no. This is why I love the Mortal Kombat 2 countercade, because the Mortal Kombat 2 countercade is exactly what you said. It's Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. There's no Joust. There's no Defender. There's no Bubbles. There's none of those games. Okay, so I say for the Joust and Defender 3/4 scale cabinets, why didn't they just replace the Mortal Kombat games with Gorf, Sinistar, and whatever other games that they had on the? Why didn't they just do the same layout as the Defender Partycade? Not everything has to have Mortal Kombat on it. And Street Fighter, I that's why I'm saying, like, the Shinku Hadouken, that would have been great. They released the Shinku Hadouken, but then they give it the Mortal Kombat layout. Some idiot decides, well, we're gonna use the midway, the midway style for the cabinet itself. So we're gonna just do the Mortal Kombat layout. Yeah, but it's a Street Fighter game, you moron. You can't do that because the controls won't be right.
Hey, dude, Stringer said they should have made a Bubbles cabinet. Dude, Bubbles is
should've.
pretty badass.
They should have. Bubbles would have been awesome.
He's trolling though. I know he doesn't mean.
Make like a tubing cabinet.
Oh man, that tubing game it's rough, dude. I used to like it on the NES, but yeah, it's I don't know, man. I just don't like that game anymore. It was cool back in the day, though.
Yeah, they're buying Mortal Kombat to play Paperboy. Yeah, that's what this is what we're supposed to we're doing here. I'm like, okay, I want to play Tapper as well, but I want the actual Tapper. See, Tapper should have had its own cabinet, but here's the problem: Tapper would have had its own cabinet, but it would have had the Mortal Kombat layout. Like, are you serious? So it would have had an actual Tapper on it, but then it also would have had the Mortal Kombat buttons all laid out like the 5 fingers. I'm just like, man.
Hey, GeForce guys in the chat.
Oh, there we go.
He says, "What's Mortal Kombat? That game sucks. VR forever."
It does. It does. VR forever. I'm with you on the VR, man. I got all the arcades I could ever want to play.
Dude, that thing looks so cool when you had Ralph on and you were showing the VR little walkthrough, whatever. I was amazed by that, dude. That looked really cool, man.
It is the greatest thing of all time. It's what VR was invented for, aside from VR porn. That's
Dude,
what
Stringer,
VR was invented.
Dude, I can't with Stringer. The shit that he says. I love playing vertical games on horizontal screens and horizontal games on vertical screens. Stop, dude. I can't with you. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That dude makes me laugh, man. Holy shit. That's a huge thing though, man. It really is. Yeah. That's the reason when you were saying Joust, I was all like, hey, they could put Joust too. I was thinking, but I didn't say that only because that's a vertical game, I believe.
I think, and like I said, I don't have any problem with any of those games. Joust, Defender, they're all great games, but I mean, why make them if you're dedicating the cabinet to those games specifically? Why make it play second fiddle to the Mortal Kombat
Is
layout?
the main
Answer me
reason?
that question, Dark Realm Gaming. Answer that question for me. You're telling me that make the cabs myself. No, I'm asking, why did Arcade Up do it that way when they put out a Defender Partycade, and a Defender Partycade has, I believe it has 12, has 10 or 12. I want to say 10 or 12. I don't remember exactly how many it has on it, but it doesn't have Mortal Kombat on it. You've got enough ways to play Mortal Kombat. They could do dedicated cabinets for Joust. They could do a dedicated cabinet for Defender and have it actually have the appropriate layout for said games. That's all I'm saying, Dark Realm Gaming. I'm not saying that they're bad games. I'm not attacking the games at all. I'm saying that why don't they get their own dedicated cabinets with the right controls? That's what I'm trying to say.
The only thing is though, like the way they are, they didn't really care about the hardcores. They were just all about these casual people. They wanted, quote unquote, to put a Pac-Man in everybody's home. They didn't give a fuck about the hardcores, and obviously they don't now when they have those kids or they're making TikTok videos. So I think that's what sucks. I think that's where they went wrong. If they would have catered into like the real hardcore arcane art, I mean, they're toys and they're gonna be shit. But I'm just saying, at least have some stuff accurate. I think it would have made people a lot happier, and it would have been different, man. I wish it would have been more accurate instead of having all this fucked up shit like you're talking about.
Well, now that now that we know who's working there, and we know that guy that's running things. I don't know whatever his name is, Cyborg or whatever. That guy, okay. I look at him and I say to myself, "Are you kidding me? Really? Seriously? What do you know about freaking arcades? You look like you play with card games, and you play card games and you collect bugs. That's what you look like."
Which are you talking about? Cyrus?
Cyborg.
Cyrus?
Is that his name?
Cyrus, cyborg. No, he's like a cyborg. He's a robot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I don't understand like how you so they get rid of John D and they get rid of Scott Bacharach, who those guys were at least putting out, quality. You were at least getting quality, you were getting quality titles. I don't know if you were getting quality products, but you were getting quality titles, right?
Yeah.
And now you got a dude being all coy about claw machines, and he's excited about the casino cave that nobody asked for, and he wants to get all these kids hyped up about Fortnite or whatever they're talking about in their video. I don't know. I just know that it's, to me, Arcade 1-Up. It's like, if you're gonna be the home arcade, I don't get how people can continue to defend them at this point. That's my problem. Like, why are you defending them? They're not doing anything for you. And I got news for you guys out there watching. Anybody expecting Robotron, Smash TV, or anything super cool like that, look elsewhere, because you're not going to get it from 1-Up, man. I wouldn't be surprised if the last cabinet we get from Arcade 1-Up before they shutter as a company forever is that Pac-Man Pro cabinet. That'll be the last thing that we get out of the gate. And you know why? Because it's Pac-Man, and they know that they can move some units. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't get all this. I don't get all this like, oh, they're gonna put out this cabinet. They're gonna do that. They're gonna build. They're gonna give us everything. We got not only
dude, they live in a false reality for sure. Just look at the way things are. Like the way they've been. We literally haven't had a new game since we heard the news. John D and Scott left. We didn't hear till later, but I think it was September. That's like the last time they went live showing off a game that team worked on, which was the Time Crisis, and haven't heard nothing new since then. Nothing but rehashes, and they get excited.
No.
Yeah, X-Men 97.
Now let's get. I was just gonna say. Now let's get excited for X-Men 97. Oh wow, whoop-de-doo. It's the same PCB that everybody had problems with before. So they're not changing anything. It's the same PCB. Come
Yeah, I
on.
want a marquee with the title of a cartoon.
Of a
And
cartoon that literally has nothing to do with it's like the KIF cabinet, right? But at least the KIF cabinet you could understand because the KIF cabinet was like a brand partnering thing. It was to try to get some of these high end people that have nothing but money to spend.
yeah,
So that's what you're like what is it? Supreme, like that same kind of a
yeah.
thing. But like the X-Men 97, yeah, they're gonna sell. I will give them credit on this with the X-Men 97. X-Men 97 is such a great show. It's such a great cartoon. It's fantastic. Okay. Here's the thing. It's so good that they're gonna sell those cabinets to all these unsuspecting people that have never bought an arcade before because people are so excited about X-Men 97. It's that damn good. In fact, I said this before that they actually I love X-Men 97 so much that I'm considering buying the cabinet just because I love X-Men 97. But you see, I know what PCB is inside of X-Men 97. So therefore, I don't really want to buy it. I'm not really
It's
motivated.
like a nice looking girl comes in your life, but you know she's shit in the inside. You're like, nah, let me stay away from that one. But dude, it just didn't make sense for them. I mean, it didn't make sense to be the Marvel versus Capcom 2. It would have been cool if they would have went with the X-Men game. It makes me wonder if it's licensing or if they're gonna do what they love doing and make people wait and buy it again.
And that's the thing. They didn't change anything. It's still garbage. It's still
Tower
a
controls
garbage
with a
PCB.
KI. Oh my
Still
god.
terrible. It's like when you were back with the day when you were doing your KI pro videos. I felt so bad for you because I'm like, look at you, man. You gave them you are giving them the benefit of the doubt. You got this cabinet and you're trying to pull off moves and you can't do it. And it's like these are with the actual alleged authentic buttons and sticks, and they still couldn't get it right.
Right, that was their pro model. They said they were gonna have the best. They charged $1,000 and they still couldn't get the right sticks in there. They said they were hat, but they chose the cheapest ones and they didn't even work correctly, man. That was bad, dude. And I think that's what led to me just giving up on the company. For me personally, is I spent a lot of money on
Spent
KI
over $1,000 on KI.
on that one, and then I bought the other one for 700, like a full. And then I put maybe I don't know how much money worth of parts. I mean, to mod it and then to make it look better. I even bought a $400 control panel, which fucking sucked. It was from 99 Lives, man. I'm not whatever. I was one of the first ones to get one. I never did a review because it was fucking made wrong, and I had to make it myself. I had to shave off a lot of the plexi, and I had to add like extra pieces of wood to bring it up. I should have told the guy, but I was like, nah, I could fix it. I wasn't that mad. And then I just didn't like it, man. It would like bend, and I'm like, fuck this shit. So I threw it away. And then what else did I do that? I ended up buying a Shinku, not because I wanted Shinku, but I bought the Shinku because it'll be a badass KI. And I bought the graphics from oh dude, I got what's his name and make them, and then he put them on his website. It was a guy from the UK. I can't think of his the address. Anyways,
Are you talking about that Shark Boy or whatever his name is?
nah, it's another
Shark
guy.
Boy?
Retro something, or I don't know his name, man. I can't think of it. But anyways, so yeah, I ended up reskinning that, and then by the time I was like, dude, how much money have I spent on fucking KI with the fucking pro? I go, fuck this company. They got me out of. I'm already spending like $3,000 and shit. Like I could have bought a real one, and that's when I was all like, dude, I am so stupid for doing this. So luckily, I went to Southern Fried Gaming, and that's where I met Nick, and Nick made it possible.
Should have just went to Bobby Vu. He would have made you a damn KI, and
Oh, his look good. In
it would
fact,
have been better than it would have been better than anything you could have got from One Up. He would have turned your One Up into it would have been as good as like getting the real one. Like I honestly when I think about like right now with my position on Arcade One Up, I think about the cabinet the Mortal Kombat cabinet that Bobby built for me, the Mortal Kombat cabinet that Bobby built for Zohar. And I think about that and I say to myself, if Bobby were to like start his own home arcade company, he would be impossible to beat. He has an impeccable like work record, work ethic. He builds stuff so amazing. Like
Yeah, he's more
nobody
like a guy
nobody
for
would ever
custom work though.
be able to compete. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he puts love into his shit. So he's amazing, man. What he does, his work. The only thing I will admit, me personally, I mean, nothing against Bobby. His skills are awesome, but maybe it's my hatred, the I arcade. I didn't like that I arcade, but he did a good job on it. I just don't like the I arcade. That one he had made that he was supposed to give Jong, but I think that's my hatred.
With the phone?
Eh,
With the phone
yeah,
attached
yeah,
to
yeah,
it?
yeah. It had too much going on. I felt like, and it was like I just don't like I arcade.
Well, yeah, well, you're not, but see, you're not alone in not liking iArcade.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own feelings when it comes to iArcade, and the iArcadians didn't help the situation. And I can honestly tell you right now, I don't mind the fact that I still have an iArcade because for me, I've got the little Team Encoder board thing that I still haven't installed in it or anything. I've just decided I'm just going to leave it stock
Yeah.
because it's a cool little novelty, and I like it because when I look over at it, it reminds me of like it's an example of like what not to ever do. Like if you have like a like some big obnoxious idea of something
Yeah.
you want to accomplish, all you have to do is look over at the iArcade and then you're like, then you get this clarity again. At least for me, that's how it works. I get this vision in my head like, oh, yeah, no, probably not a good idea as I'm glaring at the iArcade.
Yeah, you know what? I did like some of those shitty games though. They had a lot of good shitty games, and I don't think any other companies have come out with shitty games that you could buy like that. So I did like it for that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, the little mobile, the stupid little mobile games.
oh no, 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 like the good shitty ones. I'm trying to think of one. Those like 64th Street or
Oh,
Combo
yeah.
Tribe, and those like they're good games, but they're like they'll never make a dedicated cabinet for
Oh,
it.
yeah, yeah, and
But
Ninja Baseball Batman.
yeah, that one's a good game. I mean,
That game should have got its own cabinet. That game is so cool.
yeah,
Like
that
the
game's really good. I don't know.
like the graphics just pop. Like it's so awesome.
Oh,
Like I
the
would
other one it had
love a
was really
cabinet.
good. That Donkey Kong clone, the what's it called? Is really good. The Donut Dodo, that one's really good.
Yeah.
They had a lot of good little shitty games. So I'm trying to think of what shitty ones are like. Like, there's a fighting game. Is it fighting or is it like a karate game? I'm trying to think of the name, dude. It was really good though. Some shitty boxing games I had on there, but
Oh, I
yeah,
love the boxing game, man. That the Japanese boxing game
yeah,
with the really cool like anime art
yeah,
and your boxing and you have like the power punch where your whole arm goes all the way up and like just
yeah,
knocks the guy in the jaw. And it's like
yeah. I love those shitty games. But
but those are awesome.
yes, Stringer is saying that everybody that got their IRK got the Jong, man. I saw that up there, it made me laugh. He's fucking crazy, but yeah, it was good for that. And but that I think just what ruined it is they would overhype a lot of games. And it would be like a shitty game and be like, damn, like it just like it wasn't progressing. It was like it was cool for the moment, and then I think where they made the biggest mistake was when they went with that what was that model
Oh yeah, they're gold
They're
edition.
gold. Oh man, I wish I would have never done that because they could have maybe saved money and kept on going.
Yeah,
And I think that's what
because
really made me not like it is they just man, they just didn't keep going. And maybe not do the send in or anything to save money and actually keep getting games. I think it would have been pretty awesome.
right. I think after a while, if they would have continued to build up, they would have eventually started to get the capital to be able to acquire licenses for bigger games. And that was always my biggest criticism. I mean, their game store could have been, you know, eventually could have been like the arcade equivalent of like Steam or like the PlayStation store or whatever. You could have eventually it could have eventually had gotten to that point. And yeah, you're not going to always have the licenses because the licenses expire after a certain amount of time, but they had no money. That's the thing. If you don't have any money, you cannot acquire licenses. And I remember, you know, Zohar and I used to have conversations about this all the time about the idea that if iArcade were to build themselves as like a console instead of an arcade, they might be able to go the route of, say, like Evercade. You know how these Evercade, they got those cartridges, they got all kinds of licensed games, that they even got Capcom and all that. It's like, how did they get that? Well, they're considered a console, and I always looked at the iArcade as a console in an arcade form factor.
Yeah.
I always thought that they were just going about their marketing the wrong way. If they marketed themselves as a console, they could have had like a console game store and maybe acquired some bigger licenses. I
Yeah.
don't know. I
I feel
just
like their online also didn't work right correctly.
never. I was
It
never able to ever play anybody online with the
Yeah,
iArcade
I did,
ever.
and it was bad. But they had so many good ideas. They would work ahead of themselves instead of completing something. Like, they were always working too fast, I think, and they should have never, man, made that gold. Because, dude, as much as people criticize that cabinet for being ugly, I ended up liking it after a while. It was ugly, but I liked it. And when the gold came out, I was like, you know what? I prefer the original.
No, I
I like the
like
way the
the
speakers
original.
were
I
right
like the
there.
aesthetic. It's nice. I think it's
Dude,
unique.
the
Yeah.
quality, though, the quality was way better. The wood was a better quality, and what I liked was the control panel. Like, you didn't have to worry about anything. You didn't have to worry about art rubbing off or anything. I don't know what they use on there, but it's like really thick, like something protecting it. Like,
And the buttons and sticks are pretty good too.
and their
You wouldn't have
clones, the
to
ones I had, and they were really good.
replace
Their clone
anything.
Sanwas, and they're great.
Yeah, they're great. I love it. I love the original control deck. I think it's fantastic. That's why
Yeah,
I love, man. I play Breaker's Revenge on there all the time. I play a lot Double Dragon and all that. I love it. I was like, this is
yeah,
fine. I don't I'm not hating on it anymore. I'm like, it's okay. It's
yeah.
gone now, and I
It was
always
a It was ahead of its time, dude. Like, what I think they went too fast, man. It just, dude. I wish the only reason we started making fun of it was because, dude, it was bad. Those games were getting real
It
bad
got it
towards the
got
end,
it got real
real
bad. It
bad.
got real bad. And again, like I'll speak of the devil, all of talking about Bobby Vu up in here, and Bobby Vu is in the chat. See,
Yeah,
Bobby, that's what I'm saying. I'll always, like, to me, I look at this and I'm like, I don't regret the fact that I don't have any one ups from aside from the countercade. I don't regret the fact that I basically gifted all the one ups that I had away. I don't care, because to me, you know, one up is essentially headed in the same direction as iArcade. It may not happen today, it may not happen tomorrow, but I mean, the writing is on the wall. And I think people need to realize that. They need to understand that when you literally have a bunch of children working for the company, okay, it's always almost like those all those poor underage children that work for like Timu and Sheen, the like little sweatshops. It's like, listen, your company is not going to continue, is not going to thrive under those conditions. You got to get somebody in there that knows arcades. Oh, you had people that knew arcades and you got rid of them. So I guess it's not about arcades anymore. I wonder if they're gonna. I wonder if they're gonna name. They're gonna rebrand and they're gonna call themselves Claws One Up or something. Claw One Up.
yeah.
Claw
It's
One
sad
Up.
to see him go down, dude. Like, the direction they're going. I know Stringer said something like they could have cured cancer earlier, but before Blitz, like they were really. I mean, I was all into them, dude. They were doing real great, and that Blitz really brought them down. But, dude, I'll tell you what, I played that Blitz just in March. I went to Nebraska Furniture because one of my friends wanted to go there, and I was against it. But anyways, we went there, and I saw the Blitz and I played it. I was like, holy shit, they weren't lying. Like, that game looks amazing, dude. Like, whatever they did to it, the graphics, whatever, it looks really, really good. So it sucks that it didn't work out. I think if they would have went with the original art, it would have just looked better. It would have probably sold more. Oh, then again, there was a lot of drama behind it. If they wouldn't have released it in the state that they did, with all the drama behind it, It would have been good, man. It just
You know,
sucks the way what happened.
this is the comment of the night from Stringer Films right here. My favorite iArcade moment was when Jong said their lease was up and they were in the middle of moving into a new office, when in reality they were in the middle of bankruptcy.
Yeah, they never wanted to admit it, man. Um, I don't know if they were hoping for something or just they want to let down their fans. But yeah, the moment I knew it was true that they were going under is I remember Papa Brad made a video and it sounded like he was crying. So I was all like, "Yep, they're going under. It's
Oh,
true."
but wasn't it Rainwater Games who had just put out a statement debunking when somebody made a video saying that they were thinking that iArcade was going out of business?
Yeah.
Didn't he say, "Oh, I literally just spoke to
Yeah.
Zhang, and Zhang told me that the company is thriving, they're doing better than ever, and they're gonna be back with new games." And I remember he even had said at one point, he even said that they had plans to come out with like Streets of Rage 4 and stuff.
Oh
And he,
yeah.
and he had to retract all that stuff because it wasn't, they didn't have the licensing for that.
You know what?
I
I remember hearing rumors that I guess they were trying everything, that they were going to come out with a console. And I heard these rumors towards the end, and I was all like, holy shit, is that what they're
Timu
trying to do to save them?
Arcade. That would be
So,
awesome.
so you know what makes me think that console was? I still don't know to this day, but I think that console, because Bill worked so close with them, I wonder if it was going to be the Bash box. I'm wondering if if he was planning, not necessarily the Bash box, but if he was planning to do a console for them, and if they would have had an IRK console, I think that would have been I don't know if it would have sold well, but it would have been pretty interesting.
I think you are right 100%,
Yeah,
because I know Bill, is doing, I admire Bill 100% for all his passion and all his effort and energy that he's putting into this
yeah, he
Bash
does a lot.
box. And I wish him all the success in the world, and I hope it works out for him. But I I wouldn't be surprised 100% if that was originally the original plans for that was like an iArcade box. And it would
Yeah,
be a
maybe a
home
different board,
console.
maybe something, but he was supposed to do something because I heard rumors in the background. And then another thing is a lot of people like, I have a feeling At Games hasn't released their Killer Instinct. And I'm telling you, man, this is what I have a feeling. Everyone's all like, is Code Mystics doing the online? Is this and that? Dude, if you listen to little hints that are out there, I don't know if it's been confirmed. Maybe it has because I don't watch a lot of streams. But I'm telling you, it's not gonna be Code Mystics. I think Bill is the one doing the Killer Instinct. Watch, dude. I
for
have a feeling.
At Games.
I have a feeling, dude. I don't know. I just have a feeling it's not going to be no big company. It's not going to be because if you remember, like Bill was planning to do a lot of stuff in the background. I know he's been on shows in the past where he was working on the online for them or something like that. He did a lot of stuff in the background for At Games. He's gone on shows back in the past, and I just have a feeling that he's probably doing the developing for that game, like getting it to work and everything.
I mean, my thing is he should try to get Killer Instinct on the Bash box. I mean,
Oh man, that would be cool. But it would be cool. That's a good game to play, and it should be able to run on that for sure. So it would be badass.
uh, yeah, I have heard Dark Realm Gaming about Streets of Rage
No
5.
way. Are you serious?
Yeah, there's a
I
Streets of Rage 5 coming out. They're working on it.
Holy shit! Because I didn't think that Streets of Rage 4 was gonna be good. I'm so used to games letting me down, and when that game came out, I didn't even no excitement until all of a sudden I heard everyone was playing it. So I went and got it. Holy shit! That is the best beat 'em up ever. Like I always love Streets of Rage
Great.
2 and Final Fight. Those are my games. Like no beat 'em up could be better than that to me until I played Streets of Rage 4.
My favorite beat 'em up of all time is Mighty Final Fight on the NES.
On the NES?
I
Yeah.
love Mighty Final Fight. I mean, everything that they crammed into that little game. Oh, it's a great.
No, that's a good one, dude.
Great,
It really
great,
is.
great.
But Dude, the thing is nostalgia that gets me with the Final Fight, man. I remember the first time playing that as a kid. Holy shit, dude, it was so good. And I played it at the arcade, and those sprites, dude, just freaked me out. And then I remember when Super Nintendo came out, my brother's girlfriend's brother, I guess the way you say it. I remember he had that game. I was like, holy shit, you got Final Fight. Like I didn't know it was toned down. I didn't know anything. I couldn't remember exactly how the arcade looked. I enjoyed it.
Well,
I had a good
VC,
time.
I hope that that happens because I have reached out to John D and I have discussed the possibility with him. So hopefully we can work that out at some point. And I could get him on late night Q&A. I've wanted to get him on late night Q&A. I've had him on my streams before a couple of times, but I would definitely like to have him on like this, like a one-on-one late night Q&A. So hopefully that'll happen sometime in the future. I I I definitely enjoy my conversations with John D.
Damien saying called sideloading on the bash box. I don't know enough about the bash box if you're gonna be able to sideload on it. I'm pretty sure Bill can do whatever he wants with it, but I swear I think I've heard him say he
Well, no,
wanted
he
to make
told
it
me
as
when I
easy as
had him on
possible.
here, when I had Bill on, I think a couple months back, he told me that Bashbox has a bring your own games option.
Oh, nice.
So you'll be able to
All right,
add.
cool.
There'll be games that'll be exclusive to Bashbox that you'll be able to purchase. There'll be pack-in games and things like that, but then you'll be able to add games too because he said it's an Android operating system. So
That'll be cool. I don't know how that's gonna work if you're gonna be able to play like some because I know he was talking about online or something like that. I think right. Did he say something about those old school games being able to play anybody online or come up with his own thing? I swear I heard something weird like that.
yeah,
But I may be wrong.
he had said something about multiplayer. I don't know. I had him on a while ago, and I think and we were promoting the Bash box. So I don't know. I just hope all in all, I just hope it works out for him. I mean, I'm definitely gonna get the
He's a
Bash
good
box.
dude, man. It
He's a
definitely
good guy, and he's had some bad, he's had some bad luck and stuff with the iArcade and all that. But all in all, I think he's a salt of the earth kind of guy, and I just want to see him be successful.
yeah, I
So
think that's what most of us that have known him in the community for a while. He's always been on shows and they're always willing to go out there and speak, dude. That's the thing about him, man.
yeah, yeah, I've got nothing but respect for Bill.
Original.
He's a great dude.
Yeah, I like what Dark Realm Gaming saying. I never cared for 2 and 3. They're all right, but the original is the only one I play, man.
I love the original too. I even like playing the original on Sega CD.
Oh yeah.
I love with the arranged music and stuff. It's so good. Have you seen the one that's being done from the ground up for Sega Genesis by a fan group that's taking Final Fight and trying to port it over to Sega Genesis? Have you seen that yet?
No, I haven't.
There's actually a couple demos out of it already. There's like a demo ROM out you can play, and I played through it lets you play like through the first level or two, and it is awesome. I
Oh
mean, just
shit.
being able to play like Final Fight on Sega Genesis, amazing,
Dang. I wonder how
amazing.
that is because Sega Genesis always had that unique sound. People called it shitty, but I fucking love the Sega Genesis sounds.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
too. And it's gonna have all this, and it's gonna have some sort of like time traveling story mode in it too, where you'll have like where they're gonna kind of like incorporate Captain Commando in it and stuff too, and do all kinds of cool stuff with it. Like it's gonna have the traditional mode that you play through the traditional regular Final Fight, but then it's also gonna have additional modes and time travel modes going to be in there. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. But the demo's been out for a while and it's a lot of fun. I mean, you being a big Final Fight fan, I think you'll get a kick out of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into it, dude. Definitely check it out. Because I know they did this is different, but they try to fix Street Fighter Championship Edition. And I had that version, but I ended up playing the original anyway. It just wasn't different enough for me, at least. And I just grew up with the original. So, dude, I remember I used to love those sounds, man. I knew it sounded different back in the day, but it was Sega Genesis was special, man.
Well, here's the thing, though. Have you tried Have you tried for the Sega Genesis the Mortal Kombat Arcade Edition that they put out? Did you try that?
Nuh-uh.
Oh my God, you talk about an upgrade. They upgraded the graphics, they updated every aspect of it. It is literally, if this version was released back in the day when it was Super Nintendo versus Sega Genesis, there would be
All right.
no questions whatsoever
I think I
about
skimmed over it, but
anything.
I thought I skimmed over it that they just updated the arcade sounds, right? But you said they did the graphics too, or graphics and
Oh,
sounds.
oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And not only that, you get a choice to either use the arcade sounds or the original Sega Genesis sound if you like the sounds. Whatever you would prefer. It is so amazing. It is
That's cool that
so
fans are doing that shit, man.
Yeah, so but I mean I think it's one of those things, man, where when you get people that are working because somebody is working on building a version of Castlevania Symphony of the Night for Sega Genesis as well.
Oh shit, that's a big
Fro
game.
from the ground up, and it looks great. There's been a couple demos released, and it looks like it's gonna be super fun. So I'm excited for that too. All these Sega Genesis, reimaginings or upgrades or whatever you want to call it, fan translations for different things. I mean, that we never
Yeah,
got
Sega was the
here.
shit, dude. Road Rash, all that shit, man. It was so good for its time, dude. I was back then. I was lucky enough because of my brother. He's like 7 years older than me, so he started working and got me a Sega, man. And I already had the Super Nintendo, so I had both of them. I still don't know to this day why that dude bought me a Sega. I have no clue. It's just he bought me a Sega, and it's not like he wanted to play it. He didn't give a fuck. So I was happy, man. As a kid, I had both of them. I don't even remember asking for it, but yeah, the Sega was shit, man.
Definitely. Definitely, man. I like, I've always liked both. I had a Super Nintendo growing up, but I had friends that had Sega Genesis, so when I wanted to play Sega Genesis, I was by my friends playing Sega, and at home I had Super Nintendo. So for Mortal Kombat, I had the bloodless the bloodless sanitized Super Nintendo
Oh, I hated that version, man.
monstrosity. I don't even know how that got released. I don't know. I had actually heard that Boone and Tobias were trying to hold back the release of Mortal Kombat on the Super Nintendo because they hated the port and they were trying not to let it get released. They wanted it to be more polished, mainly because of the gameplay, because the gameplay was so laggy and
Yeah,
ridiculous.
input lag like crazy
Yeah,
on that
yeah.
game, man.
Yeah, so they were trying to stop the game from getting released, but because of Mortal Monday, where they had to have the game out in order, it had to meet the Mortal Kombat Mortal Monday deadline. So they had to allow it. They had to sign off on it as bad as it was. And that was a regret that they both had signing off on that because it was horrible. And
Dude.
that's why when you look at the box for Mortal Kombat or you look at the cartridge for Super Nintendo, it says competition edition on it.
Oh,
It
I
had
never noticed that.
it had to say something different to differentiate it from just being Mortal Kombat because it really isn't. It's a different game. It
Yeah.
controls
It
differently.
looked better, but it just controlled like shit. There was a couple things I didn't like about it. What did well I did like that the names were in the life bar. I think I remember that. But it just Sega one didn't look as good, but I it's just the blood is what did it. Fatalities back then were a new thing, so I was excited about having that one. And then you just adjusted to those sounds. So when I hear those shitty Sega sounds on that game and lacking a lot of sounds, it just I don't know, it's a nostalgia for that game. I love it, man. That's the version I always played. It was smooth, and I beat it so many times, man. It was like that code was just in my head, dude.
You
The
gotta
ABAC
try.
ABB.
You gotta try the arcade edition for Sega Genesis. You can actually buy it in cartridge form.
No way. You can buy it?
I've got it. I've got it on my shelf.
I might have
It
to find the
is
ROM.
it is fantastic. It's got it's got Ermac in it as a hidden character.
Oh shit.
MK1 Ermac is a hidden character in the game. And it follows the rumors where you fight him in the Warrior Shrine, the old Electronic Gaming Monthly rumors about Ermac being hidden in the game. He's in the game. He's in this
Dude, why
arcade
do I
edition,
not
bro.
have this, man?
Bro, it is the greatest. It is the greatest Mortal Kombat home port that's ever been released. It second to the original arcade game. It is phenomenal, dude. Like I play it all the time. I love playing it. I actually put the ROM on my handheld, and I even have like I said, I even bought the cartridge off of eBay because I love it so much. It's such a wonderful, port of Mortal Kombat. There's never been a better home port.
Yeah, I'm checking it out right now. If this what it is, it says Mortal Kombat arcade edition. It kinda looks like the original. It still has the graphics of the Sega one. Just seems like the sounds are different. I don't know, I gotta find it.
They updated the graphics to the point where
It looks like the character graphics, at least with the one I'm looking at, have been updated.
yeah, the characters have been updated, the graphics, the backgrounds have been updated, a lot of a lot more detail.
Yeah, and then I think when part 2 came out, I bought that one for the Super Nintendo, and I enjoyed that one because I think I rented them both first, and I didn't like the way the Sega one looked compared to Super Nintendo, and I said, "Fuck that."
Yeah, the Super Nintendo version for Mortal Kombat 2 was definitely a step up. I
Yeah,
mean, Nintendo could have won if they would have left Mortal Kombat 1 intact.
yeah,
I never understood why Nintendo decided to take that position. It made no sense because getting rid of all the blood and gore and the violence and sanitizing the pit at the bottom, that makes about as much sense as releasing a Defender arcade cabinet with a Mortal Kombat control layout. Like,
yeah.
what are you doing? You're who are you selling this to? Who's gonna play this? Like, are you buying Mortal Kombat for babies? I mean, it's still a fighting game. It's still Mortal
Yeah,
Kombat. I mean, I don't, it's almost, it's like when they made when they do like Mortal Kombat cartoons and things like that. And it's like, okay, you can't turn a property like Mortal Kombat into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, it's just not possible. It doesn't work. You can't sanitize something that's built around gore and death and make it
yeah.
completely, make it a completely children's property. And I never understood any of that. I was like, this is Mortal Kombat. It's like when they did the RoboCop and Rambo Saturday morning cartoons. I was always blown away by that. Like, seriously, that's like completely
Yeah.
out of the
Hey,
realm.
dude, Stringer saying MK2 on the 32X. I never did play that back in the day, but I did play it a few years ago, and I think some of the music was like the stages are wrong. I think they swapped some of the music. I think that was the first thing I noticed. I was like, wait, what the hell? But it still was a good version. I think that's the one I played.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
32X
But
version.
it did have some sounds in there that were missing, of course, from the Sega Genesis, and it sounded better. But yeah, for sure, I think some of the stages were swapped, and it was like I had noticed it right away.
I
Dude, where's Jago? What the hell? I see him in here. I hadn't seen him in a while. What the hell? I have 4 bash boxes on pre-order, one for every TV in the house. He's excited. Nah.
Oh, that's
They're a little
awesome.
expensive. I think if they were cheaper, I might give it a shot. But for $250 for me, I just got a lot of options to play a lot of stuff, so I'm fine. But
Yeah,
where's
well,
Jago?
that's
I
the
know
thing.
you want one.
There's no shortage of ways to play all these games. That's the thing. That's what I mean. It's not like we're ever, we're gonna be deprived just because we don't have it on a certain cabinet or we don't have it on a certain device. So yeah, I'm with you on that. I understand that. I'm just getting the bash box because I want to support Bill. And I think that, his passion, is a good thing. And we should always support indie developers like this.
Dude, speaking of indie developers, Turbo Joe told me about this game, dude. I've been hooked on it. I haven't been playing it hardcore, but it's called Hunt Down, dude. It's really good, man. If you're into like a little shooting game, have you played it?
I
Yeah,
have it. I have
yeah,
it.
it's cool. Like you just go through like little stages, and you're a little guy with a gun or whatever. There's
Yeah,
a girl and a
you're
robot.
just this little guy,
Yeah,
and yeah,
yeah,
I,
you're
I, I
shooting through
love it.
people, and then
It's so
there's a
much
boss at the
fun.
end of everyone. Like the bosses are cool, man. It's like it's all grimy and stuff like that. Like the city, whatever. It's cool, man.
Yeah,
It definitely.
the sound effects are awesome on that game, man.
Where's Jago? You need to stop, man. This you starting shit over here. Yeah, he say I don't know, man.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, isn't there a partnership going on now though between Bashbox and
Oh
Amico?
yeah, there is a partnership. Which I think he's just putting the store on there, so you still got to buy the games and stuff like that. Which I wish he wouldn't announce it because it got a lot of fucking people or the Miko crowd towards it. But I guess maybe it put it out there so to a different crowd. But I felt like that was something that because the Miko has such a bad rap, like you said Miko, and you think like, man, those people rip people off, I don't know why
Well,
he got with them.
I just get a vision of like Tommy Tellerico rocking out in the Netherlands. That's all
Yeah.
I think of when I hear the word Amico. I mean, I don't think of any, particular console that doesn't exist. I mean,
There's never been a console, man. It was
and
all
that, and
just
that
smoke and
it never
mirrors.
it never existed. There was never a console. It was just a
Yeah, and that's the
it was
thing.
just a
Now
prototype shell.
they
Never.
got Bill looking bad because he says, "Oh, the controllers are gonna come out later." Those controllers have never come out, just like the consoles never come out. That's why they started. Finally, they had to do something because that company raised $17 million, never came out with anything, and then they finally had to do something. It was supposed to come out in October 2020, and they used the pandemic, even though in April they said, no, we're still on schedule and this and that. And so many consoles have come out. The pandemic has been here, I don't know, and left. And that's what, four and a half, gonna be 5 years. Shit, dude, it's been a long time. And well, it's gonna be 4 years, right? So this console never came out, and the controller never came out, and they got billed until, or at least Bill said it. He goes, "Oh, the controllers are gonna come out later." Like, no, those are never coming out. They may, but I just don't see it. That company's full of lies, man. They stole a lot of money from people. I mean, Tommy Tellerico left, started doing his own thing. I think he put up his mansion for sale or some shit, and who knows what's going on with
Yeah,
that company,
yeah. I
man.
heard he was. I heard he's touring. He's back to doing his music again with his band and stuff. So I don't know. I haven't talked to him since the last time I talked to Tommy. He was promoting. He still worked for Amico. He was still promoting it back when I
Yeah,
used to talk to him. But I haven't talked to him. I haven't talked to him since he left. He
yeah,
left. So I don't know. But I think he just wants to put that behind him, like, and
yeah.
not
He already ruined
ever
his
look
name,
back.
man.
It's like it ruined my name. I don't want nothing else to do with it. I'm out. I mean, at that point you just gotta distance yourself and move on.
You know what? Where's Jago saying that I guess maybe the Super Ken Hanks Super Console X5, it's a Chinese Android console, has Android 13. I think it's the same thing that Bashbox is saying.
It
And
has
is he
it
saying it
has
has the same
similar
chipset?
it has the same it
I didn't know
allegedly
that.
it allegedly has the same chipset as the
Because
Bashbox.
I have the cheap version, the Super Console X, and that
Oh,
one, dude, I've
the
had for a
first
long time. Dude, actually, I made that one badass, dude. Man, I've had it for maybe a year, and every once in a while I'll get in it and I'll work on it, man. I'll start deleting all kinds of fucking games, adding the games I want, and there's a bunch of games that are in there that you gotta find the right emulator because it doesn't work straight out of the box, and just messing with settings. And dude, I don't know why, man. The way I have RetroArch set on there runs better than all the settings I have like on all my other devices. So I like that device personally, but I want to check out that other one he's talking about, the X5. It might be expensive though.
Yeah, that was what when I was interviewing Bill, uh, Rexer brought that up. Rexer was in the chat and he brought that up about the Super Console X5, whatever, having the same or similar chipset.
Yeah. Kid Hank, the only thing I have with them is they don't test their shit out. They just dump fucking shitloads of ROMs and don't even mess with the right emulator. Sometimes they're all fucked up or controls are all fucked up. But if you put the time into it, man, they're not bad.
That's cool that you won one, Brooklyn. Wow.
56? Oh,
Which
not bad.
which one did you win? That's cool, man. I don't know. I got a friend that has another friend that has the Super Console X, and he swears by it. He loves it.
Yeah. Thumper Squid is asking if it uses Battlesera. I know the one I have uses MUL.
A lot of these boxes now
I don't
use
know.
MULIC.
Yeah.
Some of them use Batacera, but then
I don't
they're
know what
selling all these Batacera drives on Amazon for like $100, and they're loaded with games and stuff. And all you got to do is connect it to your computer and
yeah.
click on a couple things, and you're good to go.
But the one that Worst Jago is saying it's an Android box, the one that he uses. The one Super Console X is weird. It says it has the Android, but then it runs the Linux. I don't know, man. I
Well,
don't even know what it is.
it has a dual, it has a dual boot option where you can choose
Yeah.
either Linux or
I've never
Android.
done the Android. I think you have to take out the SD card, right? Or some shit. I don't know. Or maybe not. I've never even tried.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. I always just leave when on any of these kinds of things like that. I always just leave it on whatever it is when I get it out of the box. I don't
Yeah.
really, if it has the dual operating system, I never know what the second operating system is.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not bad for what it is, but he says Ralph has a video on it. So I'm gonna have to check that shit out.
yeah. Didn't Kongs R Us just recently do a video on uh one of those Kin Hank hard
I think it was a
drives
hard drive though.
with 80 million games on it?
I didn't watch it. I saw it pop up. It had a cassette tape as a
I
hard
saw
drive.
the thumbnail and the cassette tape because I have one of those. I have one of those cassette tape hard drives, and it's nice. It had a bunch of stuff, but what I ended up doing with it, I ended up uh basically recording over the drive. I wiped it clean and basically built my own.
Yeah.
I turned around and put like hyperspin on it and put a bunch of my own games and stuff on it. So I didn't even end up keeping it how it was because I didn't like how, there was all this extra stuff.
Yeah, I just remember with the Kinhang one, I went through a lot of the RetroArch and there's a lot of settings that were hidden that I use, and I just had it running perfect, man. So I think I use that more than my Raspberry Pis, man.
Have you ever thought about putting that in a cabinet?
Yeah, I actually thought about it because if I do, Damien's the one he hooked me up with that smells like goat feed. If I could get that smell out, man, I'm probably gonna try that for the meantime until I decide what I'm gonna run in it.
Yeah, that would be cool. Because I go back and forth on a lot of these. Like I'll do like a mini PC on my Play Minimal, the mini Mortal Kombat that I have. Sometimes I'll be in the mood to like do the mini PC, so I'll put the mini PC and then, or I'll go back to the Raspberry Pi 4, depending on what I want it to be able to play at
Yeah.
that. And I'll just swap them out. And yeah, so you can do that though. Yeah, you could put that Super Console X in a cabinet and you'd be good to go. You got so many games.
Yeah, dude, I laugh when Worst Jacob says shit's whack. He's so straight up, man. Yeah, I don't care for those hard drives that you got to use your own PC and shit like that. Yeah, I'm like, nah, I don't need to be over here booting off that hard drive and messing with that. Like, I just want a box that I turn on and that's it.
Yeah, you gotta boot that stuff up,
Yeah, you have to.
and hopefully it all jives with your PC, and it's like, oh, it's got Nintendo Switch on it, and Wii, and PC, and PlayStation 4, and they lie. They say it's PS4 games, and all it is it's PC games, because there's no emulator that can run PS4 right now.
Whereas
So
Jago's asking what I did with the Ride-In Fighter's Jet cab. That's the one. It was originally a boot camp. I took out the board. The only thing is I wanted to sell the board, but that board runs at like 54 frames a second. So I can't, no matter what, I tried so many ways to get that to be stable. I even added resistors in the signal line. I can't get that signal to stay stable. Like it'll stay good for like 30 seconds. It'll stutter a little bit. So I don't want to sell it until I figure out what's going. But once I looked it up, they were saying like you have to have a certain CRT for that and all kinds of shit. So that's a headache. But as far as the cabinet, I am fucking with it, and it looks good. It's actually looking really good. The smell's not as bad as I'm saying. I think I got the smell out most of it, but yeah, it's a maybe I'll have it done by the summer. Who knows? Taking my time on it.
okay, Keo Daikin says that there's a PS4 emulator, but you need Linux. Okay, yeah. But all of these hard drives have, the PC versions of games, and then they claim that it's PS4.
I'm gonna have to get with Worst Jago. I haven't tried to put it on a like a regular CRT. I was running it off of LCD, off of Unico, and then I tried it on even the arcade one up. And I've used two different converters. Like one of the converters just didn't even work, but the other main one was it the fuck I forgot GBS 8200 or that's the one I was messing with it because I have better luck with that one. But yeah, I couldn't get it correctly. I'll probably put it to another CRT and see how it plays.
Oh wow! So how many arcade 1-ups have you modded?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have any right now, but I've modded a couple, maybe like 2 or 3 of them.
Okay. So all in all, are you happy that you don't have any 1-ups right now?
Hell yeah, dude. I'm super happy, man.
Yeah,
big time.
You sound like you are. I mean, that's
Yeah, it just like if there is a game that a lot of people will go online, I probably would get one. Like where's Jago there? I'm pretty sure if he gets a golden tee that was online, I would get it too. But it seems like 1-up is being cheap. But yeah, dude. I don't know, man. It'll take a good online game to get me back in.
So if this Mortal Kombat spectate actually happens, are you going to get another MK cabinet so that you can check that out?
Huh?
Oh,
The spectate? Nah. No. I just sold it, dude. It's just I don't think like a spectate is gonna be good. Like the way I see it is gonna be good for a few weeks, and it's just like the KI spectate. It eventually dies down. So for me,
nobody cares.
Yeah, I mean it's cool, but we'll see if the community lasts, dude. But I don't think so because I have a feeling they're not gonna put rollback. So it's still gonna be shitty connections, and you're still gonna hear burn, all that stuff. So I don't think it's gonna be worth it, man. Like it's cool that they're doing it. I'm happy they did it, but it's just too late, man.
Too little, too late. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I thought about maybe for like a funny video. I thought about maybe getting like one of those. If spectate actually happens, go to Walmart and buy one of those peasant versions of the cabinet with no riser, just the little mini. I was get it. I want to put it on the red couch, and then and do a review on it. Do like spectate and all that, and just because I've actually never seen anybody review a peasant version of one of these arcade 1-ups ever, and I just want to make a whole complete joke out of it, like just
Oh man, that would be funny. I did review a long time ago. I think a Miss Pac-Man that was a peasant, but I bought a riser for it. And that was it, man. Yeah, dude. You should do that. It's a waste of money though.
I mean, and that's the thing, but I'm only gonna do it when, if Spectate comes out and it's, and it's actually something, semi cool. But if not, no.
I think it's gonna be cool, but it's like how many people are gonna be excited for it? I think that it does have its own community. It'll last, but like most of my friends that do play, I don't even think they're gonna get into it. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to want that to buy that cabinet again and put it together. Fuck, that's the worst part. People act like that's the best part and don't even tell me about that company. I ain't paying no damn company to build it for me.
I want to ask you this
Grab it.
question. And honestly, man, you said about, the MVSX. I'll tell you right now, the one thing about the MVSX that to me proves that Arcade One Up was always on some BS is that the MVSX comes fully assembled.
Yeah.
What is the excuse about not being able to sell these cabinets in a box? Package them up right and sell them.
From my understanding, I think they originally wanted to have them assembled, and then that's when Scott Baccarat got with his friend with the company ThinkUp, and they're the ones that ended up designing the one ups to be flat pack, and it's for shipping and cost and all that shit, and they designed the boxes and did everything there. So I think they're the ones responsible for that because they're the ones that designed the cabinets. But I think originally they wanted it to come shipped. It might have been smaller too. I don't know. I mean, shipped together. But
Worst Jago is right here. Just play MK on Fightcade. It's perfect. And it's free, by the way.
Stringer keeps I've been reading that comment throughout all night. He's all up on this wall strap. He wants to make sure you don't forget to put a wall strap on that peasant video.
I'm gonna mount the peasant version to my bathroom door.
Dude, what he needs is wall straps in his real arcades, man. If the next time I go there, if I don't see wall straps, I'm gonna be pretty upset.
And what is with this? This is the thing. Those partycades are freaking expensive. What's with those partycades not having online capability? I never understood why you would release a partycade that has the same size monitor as your 3/4 scale, but you're gonna mount it to the wall and you're gonna tell me you're not gonna give me the ability to play online.
Cheap. They just want to be cheap. They charge an arm and a leg and they use less fucking wood. It's just to be cheap, man.
Right. You might as well, honestly, at that point, you might as well just buy the 3/4 scale because you're not doing anything, but you're saving a little bit of space because it's a little bit thinner. But I don't know. I feel like at this point I'll just take a buzz saw to the to the to the regular one and they turn it into a partycade at that point.
Hey, that's what Stringer did with his buck hunter. He sawed it in half and shit. And he just uses where to put the guns or the monitor part's gone, and he has a projector like onto a big old screen.
Stringer is doing right. You're doing right, Stringer. That's awesome. That somebody should do that with X-Men, man. Have X-Men on like a projector and have it like, or the four, you can do the 4-player and have it, just have it projecting on the wall. That'd be a fun way to play. Yeah. Forget about this cheap wood. All you need is the PCB and the,
It's cheap shit. Dude, if my arcade cabinet comes in a box and with little dials and screws and fucking it's still wobbly and it never secure, I don't fucking want it, man. The only things that get it is a fucking a good online game like Golden Tee.
Well, that's Golden Tee. That's one change that Arcade One Up needs to do. Start making these arcades, selling them already assembled. You'll sell a lot more of them because nobody wants to buy something they have to spend 4.5 hours building. Okay, you're not going to get grandma to buy these.
It's building those, man. And I think the expert is Zohar. He builds them and he sells them. Like I think he was the original TaskRabbit. But yeah, dude, fuck, I hate building them. They're just so boring. And then getting rid of all that fucking the box and all that shit, man, and all the little styrofoam pieces that are on the fucking carpet, and like, dude, I fucking
I mean,
hate building them.
God forbid, you miss a screw, or you miss some sort of something that some little listen. I don't want to be a beta tester. You spent $500, $600, $700 on these machines, and you gotta build them too. Give me a break. Like, I'm just like, get out of here. And then you hook it up. Like in the case of, I'll never forget my experience with MVC2. Okay. OTG, I was so excited to get that cab, right? I got it home. I got it on a Friday. I spent my entire Saturday building the crap. Built the thing, and I couldn't get online with MVC2. So what did I do? The very next day, unplugged that, took that stuff, put that crap in the back, took it straight back to Walmart, refund my account.
So you took it like all assembled and everything?
Yeah.
How about the box? You left the box behind, or you didn't take the box?
What did I do? No, the box was in the dumpster the first day.
Yeah, so you just took the whole thing, like, fuck this thing, I don't want it.
Right. Yeah. That's it. It was the fastest return I've ever done in my life. Like, listen, I don't have time for this. You advertised it right on the box that it plays online, right? And I play it. I'm the Hulk, and it's freezing up and glitching and not moving. I'm like, okay, all right, no problem. Unplug it. I don't even think I turned it off. I just unplugged it from the wall. I just like,
fuck this shit. Oh my god, dude, that's funny.
I'm like, I'm out. I'm like, this is terrible. Like,
dude, I remember with that KI when I first got it, dude. It was like turning off on its own, and then finally it just shut off or some shit. And I was having PCB issues, and dude, I was so mad that the tech support wouldn't listen to me. And I was all, it needs a fucking PCB. I was getting so mad, and they were like, well, we have to go through all this, and we already went through all that. They were like doing stupid shit, like. You could tell they were dancing around it, and I told them straight up, I go, you guys are dancing around this. Like, if I could put in another PCB in here and it works fine, and your PCB does it, it's not the machine, it's the damn PCB. And finally, they were like, okay, we'll send you one. And they got all mad and threw like a little attitude, and then it fixed it. But dude, I wouldn't have been able to get them to send it if it wasn't for John D, because I think someone felt sorry for me and said, hey man, OTG's been trying to get them to work with them for like a month. And they sped up the process.
You can return your little sister to Walmart. Yeah, Walmart is. I'll tell you though, that returning that cabinet fully assembled.
Dude, that's badass. You just yanked it from the wall and said, fuck this shit.
I yanked it from the wall. I didn't even think about it. I'm like, this is going.
You know what? I always felt bad about that, because I remember, I don't know that game that well, but I remember an Evo. They were all excited about it. I was just excited to go to Evo for it. And I happened to be there, and I was like, oh shit. I was there live streaming during that time. And I thought the game looked cool, man. And there was excitement around it. And there was really like people liking it, like other people that were like, I guess into the game. And I thought the game was going to do great. I didn't know it wasn't going to be online or anything. I didn't care. I don't know that fucking game. I had fun on it. But when it came out, holy shit, was it bad, dude. I had no clue. I would have probably, I don't know, man. Like the online was the biggest thing.
I was so hyped about it. I even tweeted about it, how excited I was to get it, that I'm going to get MVC2. And then again, this is why, like what I was telling you earlier about this X-Men 97, as much as I love X-Men 97, I know what's under the hood. So I'm not really, it's like, it's not gonna work. I'm not gonna be able to reconcile it. You can dress it up any way you like. You can't polish a turd, okay? A turd is still a turd no matter what. No matter what you do to try to make that turd glisten.
Yeah. Hey, so Zod, would you buy it if it was just the X-Men game, the beat 'em up, and it had
Yes.
X-Men 97?
Yes. That's what
Yeah.
it should. That's what it should have been. To be honest,
Yeah.
I don't know why it wasn't. Maybe because they don't. They lost the Konami license, so maybe they can't. They can't do. Yeah, they don't have access to the game anymore. But
Yeah.
I think that would have been the perfect. Uh, that would have been the perfect release. I would have went for that. I would be totally happy with that. I think that would make sense. That would be cool. But yeah, watching Justin Wong's video told me all I needed to know. Listen, I
Yeah.
was just
He was
happy. Again, I was just happy to have like a dedicated MVC2. We were all suffering from FOMO on MVC2. And of
yeah.
course, you had all the usual suspects out there telling us how great everything is, telling us to go buy it. Michael B and P Dubs and all these big name YouTubers making it seem like, you're getting
I don't
some
remember
kind
they
of
promoting it a lot. I thought it was okay, but I remember like UAG promoting it a lot. It was more those people who went over there. Like it looked fine, and I never heard anyone complain. But I guess the real people that play that game know it, and I guess they ended up being really
and
bad,
not
man.
only that, the buttons and sticks. This is MVC2 for Christ's sake. You
Oh
can't
yeah,
you can't throw a couple more pennies at these controls and at least give us good clones like the iArcade. At
come
least
on,
give us
you know they weren't gonna do that. Arcade One Up is so fucking shitty with their shit, man. They never put good, even in the pro, like what we were saying earlier. The pro even had shitty ass sticks.
oh my god. I that's the thing I don't understand. And because you spent over $1,000 on that crap. So I mean the control the
Where's
controls were
Jago?
the controls were garbage.
I need to answer where's Jago's question. Bring it up, man.
Where's he at? What question?
Yeah, right there about the movie reviews. OTG, what do you think about UAG's movie reviews and all those views he's getting? He's blowing up. I haven't paid attention, but I think he is blowing up, man, because I see like every movie review, like he's got friends at Sony. He's got friends. He goes, I want to thank the guys there at Sony for sending me here. I want to thank the guys at Warner Brothers for sending me here. So I think the dude's getting big, bro. Like I lost communication with him, not lost it, but drama happened, and I decided to separate myself from that dude. But I mean, I think he's blown up, dude. That he found his niche. I mean, his reviews must be very entertaining. I haven't seen any of them, but I mean, that's good that he's getting all those views, and he's become real good friends with people at every movie company that send him these reviews. Man, must be pretty cool, dude, to be able to say, "Hey, thank you, Sony, for sending me this shit and all that." So good for him.
Okay, all right.
I like your reaction. Yeah. Oh my god, you cracked me up.
I mean, this is the same guy I mean, and I can't take anything you just said seriously.
Don't.
That's why I was reacting that way, because this is the same guy who was literally responding to automated freaking. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna just I'm not
Oh
you know.
man.
Hey, anybody, they do that. Everybody has a right to make their content. People don't have to agree with it. People don't have to, hey, if your channel's growing, even if you're paying for the channel to grow,
Even if you're paying for it.
hey, that's growth. That's growth. That's if that's how you wanna build your quote unquote audience.
Man.
I don't know
Yeah,
what to
dude.
say.
Yeah, dude.
I
I
don't know.
remember freaking out. There'll be like 30 people in the chat, WRP. Well, next morning I look, 2,000 people. What the fuck? Dude, I used to be like, holy shit.
It's like when these people there's this one dude in the home arcade community who just like threw a party because he got like 3,000 subs.
Yeah.
But he has 3,000. Okay, you're a 3K channel now, but your videos are still only averaging between 30 and 50 views per thing. So where are all these people? Where
We're
are
all those people.
where are the 3,000 people that subscribe to you but don't watch your content? How does that work?
Dude, I know, like, if you've been around for a long time, you just got dead subs. That shit happens, or you don't keep up with it. That happens. But I freak out. Sometimes there's a one video that will really hit, and you'll literally see the jump. And holy shit, man! If you have your notifications on by accident because you never get that many views, it'll just won't stop, and your comment section won't fucking stop. I've had that happen before on like 2 times. One time was when I first started. I made a video on wood and GameSta, and I was like, holy shit, I got 2,000 like subs, like I think 1,800, 1,900 subs, and I was freaked out, man. Got a lot of fucking, I was like the popular thing. That thing ended up getting 90,000 views, but damn, dude, it was crazy. And another time, this guy, Griffin Gaming, I backed him up in the situation, and he gave me a shout out, and I got maybe about 1,200 subs, maybe 1,000. I don't remember. It was a lot. And I remember you could see in those videos all the comments, man. But when you see a video that has like 2,000 views and like no comments or like one comment, dude, you're like, come on, bro. Really? Who you trying to fool, man? Like, I don't get it.
It's got okay. Here's the thing: the video's got 2,000 views and 10 likes.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, come on.
You're not fooling anybody. Please stop with the purchasing. You're so fake, it makes me sick. Stop purchasing stuff. Like you're not, because my problem with all that, OTG, is you can't tell how your channel is actually doing if you're doing that, and it actually hurts your channel to do that, because you're buying all this, you're buying subs, you're buying views, you're buying, but then your videos are not performing to that level.
Yeah.
So YouTube basically just buries your channel at that point. Your channel doesn't go anywhere because you're not it's all fake. Like, there's no, I don't know. I feel bad for anybody who has to do that, who's so desperate to be relevant that they have to pay. I mean, for me, YouTube is a hobby. I won't invest one nickel in, purchasing anything like that. I mean, if I'm not engaging with the crowd, if I'm not engaging with people watching my content, then I don't have any desire to even be involved in doing it, because it's a waste of time. If you're not enjoying what you're doing and you're not engaging with people, then what's the point?
Yeah, dude. You know what? I think a lot of, well, I speak to a lot of bigger YouTubers, man. Not too many of them, but there's a couple that I have, a handful of them. I'll reach out to every once in a while, and we just chat. And one of them was venting to me, and he's a big YouTuber that has a connection with Sony, a real one, and a real connection. And yeah, he's got some connections like that, and he helps a lot of people out. And he was venting to me, man, about a lot of these younger YouTubers that he tries to help. And because he's got a lot of connections everywhere, and he goes, man, all of them fucking, they buy to grow their channel, man, every single one of them. And you could tell, and he was getting so mad. And I'm like, I think it's a thing with like a lot of YouTubers, because we see it even in our community now. I mean, it's either one or two people doing it, but still, man, it's like, I think that's the way a lot of people try to grow, because even with WRP, man, I was freaked out one time that we got a sponsorship with fucking was it the ones that shave your balls? Was it the fucking what's the name of them? Manscaped. Yeah, dude. And we each, all 4 of us, got like the packages of the ball shaver. Fucking we had they're fucking badass. That ball shaver is legit, dude. Legit, really cool. And even the fucking the regular shit for your face, badass, dude. And we got t-shirts and all kinds of shit. I'm all like, why the fuck would they want to sponsor WRP? But then I remember we'd have like 30 viewers, but then I'll wake up the next day and it'd be like 2,000. I'm like, what the fuck? I guess everyone misses out on WRP Watts Live, but I don't know. I think a lot of people do that just to impress or do sponsorships or whatever, or think it's going to grow their channel. But it just sucks because you're not getting real engagement. You're not really getting real people. It sucks, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you may benefit off it. I didn't do it, but I got a free ball shaver kit. But I mean, it's still kind of fucked up.
There you go. There you go. At least now you can shave your balls thanks to the weekly retro party. Stringer Films for $2 says 2,000 people. Now that's spectate mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, he's got, he's thanking everybody. Pretty soon he's going to be thanking Campbell's Soup and thanking all these sponsors, Tyson Chicken and all that. I mean, it's going to be awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
the more sponsors, the better, man. So keep it up. 18 people watching now. 2Ks up. Yeah. Well,
That happens.
I love it because I have no,
You've been here a long time. You see the growth, and you got different communities. You're right now. It's probably just home arcade people because it's me and you, but you do so much shit with like all those other people. I don't even know who they are. I'm like, who the fuck is I talking to today?
I get a lot of people. I'm all over the place. That's the thing. My channel doesn't. I mean, I'm not just home arcade. I'm talking to you, and I do talk to a lot of home arcade people, but I also, I'm into the whole, all sorts of different areas. So that's where my crowd comes from. And it's like I don't get the majority of my people watching when I talk to people home arcade, because the home arcade community is very, very small. It really is.
Fuck yeah, it's small.
We all know we all know each other. We all know each other enough to actually have personal beefs with one another. It's so fucking amazing to me. Like, how does this even happen? Like, you're talking about like everybody that knows you know we all know each other.
Yeah, don't talk about my toy. I'm gonna hate you if you talk about my toy.
Like, we're all part of like we're all in this like small town, and the whole town knows everybody, and then everybody's mad at you for insulting the town whore, and the town whore is off, with whomever, and it's these two today, and then it's those two tomorrow, and I you know what? It's weird to me. It's just weird to me.
Man, Orjego's asking, when is Zohar coming back to make fun of UAG? I don't think he's ever coming back. What we talked about in the beginning, he got kind of bullied off the platform and self-deleted himself off the platform.
We talked way too much.
I don't think he's gonna come back.
We've talked way too much about the Zohar situation at the beginning.
Yeah, we talked a lot about it.
But it's just one of those things that I feel like that, to me, what bothered me the most about it was that it was just nobody's business to begin with, and it never should have been, as publicized as it was, and it never should have gotten to the point that it did. So he put a picture of Viagra on Instagram and said, "I just want to thank the people at Pfizer." Oh my God. UAG and Ebert.
He probably knows them, man. He knows everybody, man. They're his friends.
Well, Ebert's dead though, so
I
mean, we could use
AI. I didn't know, but anyways, he's got his own
to bring him back. I mean,
he's got his own company though, man. Right now, UAG Entertainment, whatever, best reviews. I guess he knows all the people in the business.
My best.
Oh, dude, he's talking about his stream. Yeah, Damien was one of those people that got lucky, man. He was out there camping for a PS5, and he had like 500 people there. He didn't know what to do. He's like, "Hey," I was in there. I was tripping out how many people Damien had. Just people wanted to see the PlayStation 5.
When my friends in the troll community stream, they get over 2,000 people watching live. and the chat room moves to it's so fast you can't even read it. Yeah, those types of streams are insane. You know, like the real big YouTubers that have like, you know, and people are constantly super chatting. They get so many super chats, they don't even acknowledge the super chats.
Yeah, I've been telling Zohar change that. Oh, I didn't tell him change that logo, but that logo is a little boy. His GeForce Guy logo, it's a little boy.
I just want to thank the guys in India for all the love.
They're over here working hard to get some views on those movie review. Wait, no, those are legit. To support people in our community.
If it ain't paying you to win, you ain't winning. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. Okay, let's see. I just want to see, you know, my most live viewers was 600 on my channel outside this community.
Holy shit!
That's cool, Brooklyn. I mean, again, yeah, this community is very, very small, but in comparison to other communities.
Where's Jago just started? Shit, man. Oh my god, he starts a lot of shit.
I'm 100% convinced UAG was buying view bots for Kumarev to make him look bad. I
That's
don't
a
know.
possibility. But I don't really know, man. It was such a long time ago, and I know Rev was trying to do things during that time. He had connections through John D, talking to famous people, but that is a possibility, man. I never thought about it back then for sure. I know he was surprised, and he said he did it.
Balls with
Yeah, that's why they give you 2 separate shavers, man. And if it stopped working, that's but yeah.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, it was probably nice to get it for free just because you were doing the weekly retro party.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I got to thank all those viewers that watched whenever we weren't live. That's the reason.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to, you know, and to answer, you know, the question, no. I mean, Zohar is always welcome on my channel. He can come on any Q&A he wants to. If he wants to jump on, he's always free to jump on. I'm not, but that's not the thing, you know. He's trying to
Yeah.
do something. He's trying to do something different now. So
He's a
that's
faceless YouTuber now.
yeah. You know, VR is the future. MK will never compete with the VR gore I'm doing now. Yeah. Well, I
He's
will
playing a
say
murdering simulator.
I will say the VR that you're doing now is very, very gory and bloody and crazy. I like VR too. I
Look,
love.
you see, that's why I don't like. I'm not allowed to Zod, but thank you. I'm not allowed. He's controlled. Even though he terminated his channel, he's controlled. He's not allowed. And this is conversations I have to deal with him all the time.
When is the Manscaped live stream?
Oh my God, Stringer. This guy over here. That's not for me to do.
Listen.
Stringer, I better see those safety straps on all your arcades.
Yeah, there ain't nobody gonna tell me who I can or can't have on my live stream. First time somebody tries to tell me, oh, you can't talk to this person, you can't have this person on live stream. Oh yeah, watch. I'll have that person on live streams every day just to like just to like get under the skin of the person telling me that I can't do it. And by the way, for me, when I'm ready to leave like YouTube altogether, I won't delete my channel. I'll always leave the content where it is.
Yeah.
I'll just stop making content. I'll be like OTG. He's got a channel, OTG Side Piece, right? And he says my dead channel. He does, you know,
Yeah.
you know, you leave it up there.
Yeah. Now that channel I was gonna delete. So I think I did delete, not delete. I have they're still there, but you guys can't see them. They're unlisted, I believe. All like the reviews and stupid videos, but I left the drama content there
Always.
because I left our stream. That's history. Remember the
Oh,
stream after?
of course, the
Yeah,
stream we did after the big roast. Remember
yeah.
that
I left the
series?
video, of the roast. Yeah, that was a good time, man.
I always think that it's funny to me because it's like, you know, you know, it's all content. It's all supposed to be entertaining, and it's just, and it just is what it is. I mean, I don't, you know, nobody's has to watch a content creator that they don't like. So if you're bothered by somebody's content, just don't tune into them anymore. It's that
You
simple.
you can block them and you can avoid them and shit like that. I mean, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, like I've never understood the idea of, you know, allowing yourself to be manipulated on that level by somebody else. It's like just block and move on and just don't say anything to them. And if they don't like your content, they can complain about it and crow about it all they want on their channel. It doesn't I mean, I don't who cares? Like, we all have opinions. That's the whole reason that we're here. We're
Yeah.
all we're all talking about how we feel about stuff. I mean, and I'm not going, at anybody personally. I just always think that it's funny that, people take things so personal and they go at people so personally. And my whole question that I always ask whenever I see stuff like that is, who has time for all that? You have to put time, effort, and energy into going back and forth with somebody. You have to put time, effort, and energy into making 10,000 videos against somebody else and, 7-hour live streams trashing somebody. You have to put time and effort into that. So to me, it's just like, I isn't it more effective, more convenient, and a lot easier just to block the person and move on with your life? I mean, I don't even want to put that kind of effort into it. I don't want to deal with it at all. It's like I don't care. I don't care enough about it. Like I've never understood. I've never understood all that.
Oh man. We got GeForce guy out here trying to censor us.
Um, my show got what? It got porn bombed last night outside this community. We just keep getting and don't give a shit. And I never take the shows down. YouTube doesn't do anything. Uh, yeah, but that's another thing. You get all that too. That happens every once in a while. That happens to everybody. I remember when it happened to a couple of big, or I should say, high profile home arcade YouTubers, and they were making all these PSAs, and their community posts about who's ever doing this needs to stop. It's like, oh, you mean you were the victim of a spam bot? What? This is the first time this has ever happened to you with your 300,000 subscribers? Jesus Christ. It's like they don't like the fact that it's exposed that, yeah, you bought subs from some firm that's outsourced in India and now you're getting spam bots. Wow. Big surprise. Good job, Michael B.
Yeah, man.
I'm just like, what is going on around here? It's like these people, what do they think we're stupid? There isn't even 300,000 people in the home arcade community.
Hell no, it's way too small, man. That's why I think most of Michael B subs are from back in the day with this retro content. But a good one to kind of is Justin. I think a lot of he's the peak of what you can get. And I don't remember how much he had before he deleted his channel, but it wasn't a lot. This community is really, really small.
Really small, man. It's unbelievable, dude.
Yeah.
Stay safe out there in YouTube land.
Yeah, he's telling me, there, stay safe.
Oh my god. Yeah. So I've been messing around with these these song creating apps that, where you can write your own songs and basically have AI create the song for you. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. I've been having a lot of fun with that. AI is getting to be so much fun. And
Dude, your songs from the AI are impressive.
I so I wanted to I've been doing, so many songs, and so I wanted to at the very least play one on here. And I thought it would be kind of appropriate to play a song, since this is late night Q&A. And I used to, back when late night Q&A started, I had a co-host on here with me. Her name was Sweet Sonia G, and she was my co-host on this very show in the early days of late night Q&A. I'd say I think it was for the first 24 episodes, her and I hosted this show together. It was a very different show than the show that you and me are doing right now, OTG. But I'm gonna go ahead and play the song because I wrote the song. I wrote the song for her, and I just wanted to do something nice for her, because her and I are friends, and she and I wanted to make her happy. She likes to go skating and stuff like that, and I just wanted to make her a really cool song. So this is just to give you guys an example of the kind of stuff I've been playing with when it comes to that. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this for you guys real quick.
I call, I'll say, I just can't stop thinking of every move she's making. I just want to hold her tight and give her endless love. She's making me so crazy, I wanna call her baby. My heart is on fire, fanning the flames when I hear her name. Sweet Sonia G, can you come close to me? There's so much of you that I wanna see. Thinking about your body, touching mine, and about the beauty of the time we shared together. Yeah. Sweet Sonia G. Oh baby, I'm walking in the darkness, woken up from dreams of you. My heart on fire with the things that can do. Love so intense, my body getting weak. I wanna kiss you deeply. I prefer our passion over going back to sleep. Sweet Sonia G, can you come close to me? There's so much of you that I wanna see. I'm thinking about your body, touching mine, and about the beauty of the time we shared together. Yeah. Sweet Sonia G. Can you come close to me? There's so much of you that I wanna see. I'm thinking about your body, touching mine, and about the beauty of the time we'll share together. Yeah. Sweet Sonia G, can you come close to me? There's so much of you that I wanna see. I'm thinking about your body, touching mine, and about the beauty of the time we'll share together. Yeah. Sweet Sonia G. Sweet Sonia G.
Have any idea of like other songs that you've created with AI. It's crazy how good they are. And yeah, I've heard other ones that the community wouldn't be able to handle. And they're hilarious. And dude, keep doing whatever you're doing, because I know whenever I first heard about AI, all of us were thinking the worst. what we imagine, and it's crazy what the tools become. I still don't like it, but when I
Right,
hear you
right.
do stuff like this, I'm like, damn, this is cool. Like the thing about AI is weird, dude. Like when the first things I started seeing were like the thumbnails all over YouTube. They took over YouTube, and I kind of don't like them, man. It's like you could tell they're AI, and a lot of times when I use AI with these free programs, that like especially if you say put something on the shirt, it's always spelled wrong or something like that, and it gets a little frustrating. At least with the ones I've used, but a lot of stuff I've used has been like kind of shit. But that stuff you're using or how you use it, it is a tool. It's something to learn how to do. It's not like what I pictured. So respect to like the cool shit you're doing. You're making us laugh in the group chats with all the crazy songs and fun songs, and but they're really really good.
I appreciate that, man. And I wanted to play something for
Yeah.
but you're right. There's some songs that I've written that I unfortunately, if I were to play them here, it would probably create a problem. So I don't really. I'm not, I'm just speculating. I don't really know.
I think I heard a whole album from you, dude. I've heard a lot of
Yeah,
songs.
you've heard a
They're
whole
great.
album. It was what it was, Integrity was that was a song that I wrote, and then I used AI to basically produce the song. So it was done using AI. But yeah, no, I just wanted to give that. I use that as an example. The Sweet Sonia G song. I'd written that for her, and then I was like, I sent it to her, and she loved it. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm, I'm just gonna play it on. I'm just gonna play it on late night Q&A to give people, an idea of the kind of stuff you can do, because it's not an offensive song at all. It's something like, it sounds like something you could hear on the radio. But there are, but I've written plenty. Like you said, I've got pretty much got an entire album. If I wanted to, I could do it. I put it on Spotify, and it would just, I could do, and I already know what I would do too. I got my idea for my design for the album cover, what it would be, and it would just be called. And I'm thinking I would call the album ZodWriter Exiled,
Yeah.
because once the album got released, I'd probably be exiled from so many communities.
Dude, you would, from what I heard, the samples I've heard, yeah, people wouldn't be able to handle that shit. Dude, you know what? This is random. On Amazon Prime, I don't know if it's always been on Prime. The video you can stream it for free. I swear you had to buy it the last time I checked. But dude, that RoboCop, the RoboDoc, I think it's called, the documentary, so good, dude. There's 4 episodes. I just finished the first episode last night. Holy shit, they go through the making of that movie. So fucking cool, dude. And it's funny what they thought what the future was gonna be like, and then now we have Zato here in the future, fucking making songs and shit. AI.
Well, see, I'm also messing around. I'm part of a beta group for movies. So
Oh, dude, I've seen
I'm
trailers with
working
AI.
with, yeah. Well, the beta group that I'm in right now, this is literally um well, how can I describe it? The video looks as good as any like real movie trailer or real movie that you can think of. So like it's just about prompting it the right way and writing it. So basically I could take I could write like a 2 minute, I could write like a 2 minute script, basically outline a movie trailer, and I could prompt it, and then it will literally generate that video, and it looks scary how real it is, how it's like the actors, the voice acting, everything. It's just insane. We are headed towards some interesting times, people. I mean, you're gonna literally be able to prompt whatever movie you want to see. So UAG won't have to contact all the studios to get tickets to go see these movies. He'll be able to literally prompt the AI to create the movies that he wants to watch.
He will have to call up the homies, man, at Sony and Warner Brothers and AMC and all that. Be like, yeah, he'll be able to prompt this instead of talking to his friends about getting early tickets.
Integrity 101 says, yeah, man, that RoboDoc is amazing. It's better than all of the sequels combined. More franchises that are
Dude.
dead in the water should pass up on crap sequels and make great documentaries instead. I couldn't agree more. I love the RoboDoc. I think it's great. And you were right, OTG. It was when it was on Amazon Prime initially. You did have to buy it.
Yeah.
But now I think it's you can just watch
I was watching it for free if you got Prime.
Yeah,
I only saw the first episode and I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. Everything they went to. And Zohar there's bringing something up which is funny. I'm not going to get into the details, but I did tell Zohar there's a famous actress and there's somebody that looks just like her that makes these video shorts. I go, man, I like her better than the real actress. She's hot. And then and then he I guess he looked it up and said it was AI. And I was like, nah. Well, I fucking went down the rabbit hole and read it, and supposedly it is AI. So
the thing is, OTG, you can create AI. You can literally create AI influencers. You can create basically, just for an example, let's say you want a beautiful, dark skin, early 30s black female promoting makeup on Temu. Okay. And you can basically prompt it, and you can use voice software, and you can use a couple different AI programs. But the end result is you've essentially got an AI influencer, social media influencer that you can use. You can create pages on social media like Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all that. You can also turn around and make them into a chat bot, where what ends up happening is you can create an OnlyFans account with this character you created and allow the character to generate their own stuff, literally generate their own videos, generate their own pictures, do voice chats and video chats with people, and it's all AI.
So right now, while the ladies are enjoying making money, just wait till us fellas learn how to use AI against ourselves.
There's a lot of guys, but there's a lot of men that are doing it, and that's what's so funny. There's a lot of men out there that are creating these AI female influencers that are fooling these men on OnlyFans, and these simps are spending all this money on these chicks on OnlyFans, and they're not even real women. They're AI women.
You know what's crazy? I found an Instagram account that says it's AI. And I saw a video. That's how it popped up in my shorts. And I was like, I noticed that background. I've seen the original video of the girl. And I was like, holy shit. And then I went to the profile because it looked just like the video, but this girl is super hot, man. And it said it's AI. And I started seeing all her other videos. And I've noticed a couple of them from models that I follow, whatever. It took the background of them and kind of like the clothes they're wearing and everything and just did a different body and different face. It was so weird, man. I was like, holy shit, you could definitely fool people with this. And just what you're saying, they could create an influencer and just keep doing that. It's kind of how maybe I got fooled with that, but it's like, this is just the beginning, man. Like, we're not gonna know what's real, what's fake or nothing, man. It's crazy.
It is insane. It's insane to the point now where, yeah, you're not gonna know, and people, these simps. I saw this one where it's like, oh, she's so beautiful, she's so gorgeous. She's not real. This AI is getting marriage proposals and all kinds of stuff from these simps but it's not real. They don't know. They don't realize it's not sinking in. It's not real. The
You know,
chick, I don't care if the chick, I don't care how beautiful she looks. She's not real. She's fake. I don't care how many personalized videos and
yeah.
pictures she sent you. It's all AI generated, man.
Yeah, it's just crazy. And I was listening to one of the rappers on Twitter. I don't remember who it was. I just heard it this morning, and they were saying that AI has gotten so good that he was fooled because he was like, "No, that's not AI." It ended up being AI. The AI song was so good, it would take breaths and then also like do ums and like little mess ups that were
Yeah, yeah,
normal.
yeah. That's
And
what.
I
Yeah.
was like, "What the fuck?" Like, it's crazy. Like, it's not just like a cheap little robot. Like, it pays so much attention to detail. It picks up on like human habits. It's wild.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Uh, Elon Musk is saying that AI will have such lifelike sex robots, men will no longer have the desire to see real women, thus ending human evolution, which is AI's plan all along. You know what? That's the thing. People are already getting involved in romantic relationships with these AIs, with these chatbots. It is so insane. I, and we haven't even scratched the surface. We're not there yet, like where it's like that. But yeah, it's like they're doing away with. And here's the thing: a lot of these women that that play all these games and act and treat men so poorly that
Yeah.
they got to realize it's almost game over because these AIs are going to come in and they're going to replace you
The
because
digital woman, at least. And
essentially, yeah.
and that's what's crazy. Like right now, I feel like we live in a weird time that at least most women these days, at least attractive women that have no soul, will basically sell their soul to make money off men. And it's just weird. Like everyone's standard because the social medias have changed, and like to find a real person, like it's mostly people our age that are still that. But I'm thinking about like younger generations that are gonna get older. Man, it's gonna be worse for them, dude. It's gonna be so bad. And like what I think was it, yeah, GeForce guy over here, Zohar said about Elon with AI. Who knows if that's exactly what Elon said, but it's crazy to think of, man. It's something definitely a good movie would be made out of. I don't know, man. AI is just way different than what I expected, man.
And
But
I
we'll
and I
see
just
what they
want
make.
to I just want to touch briefly on what you said earlier about how AI is kind of taking over YouTube. And I
Yeah.
want to and I want to concur with you on this. There's this one AI voice. I'm sure you've heard it because it's been in like a gazillion different AI videos. It's like a really sarcastic kind of sounding voice, and the guy is always
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
reading like this,
I know
like
which one.
in 1995 this was happening and
Yeah.
that was happening and then the volcano happened. And I don't know what it is, but like so many of these channels for some reason have decided to keep using this guy's voice, this AI voice, this
Yeah.
same AI voice. And it's on so many videos. I've had so many videos pop up in my feed of that, and I'm so sick of hearing that voice. I'm like, I wish they would flush that voice down the toilet because I'm so sick of hearing it, and it just gives it away, man. Like they're not even trying. And like some of the and it's like, and I'm like, I'm wondering who's watching all these videos. And you see like, 24,000 subscribers, and they've got 3 videos. And it's like what's happening here?
Dude, a
Are
lot of shit's happening, like especially with the shorts attention span. I never wanted to get into shorts. I
Oh
tried
yeah,
my
no,
best
I
not to
hate.
watch shorts. Now I find myself wasting how many hours a day just and I hate that. I told myself, don't fucking fall in that trap. And I'm already in there, dude. I fucking swipe away those shorts. And it sucks, man, because like content creators, long form content is not, I mean, it's still out there for hobbies and stuff like that, but dude, so many people are into short form content. Like I have a couple of my younger friends, like in their 20s and stuff like that. That like my friend's little nephew and his friends. It's them. They don't watch long form content. All they do is shorts, and it's crazy, man. It's I don't know, man. It's fucking up people. I feel like YouTube ain't gonna be the same later, man. As lazy content like that gets made, or just the content's gonna be different, man. We'll see.
Unfortunately, Zero, based on the software that I'm currently testing, and the way that it looks, your eyes are not gonna. It's not gonna be AI filters anymore. You're gonna. It's gonna be indistinguishable from anything that you
Yeah.
normally. You're not gonna be able to tell the difference anymore.
Yeah, hopefully they'll have some kind of software that comes out that's advanced and can tell and lets people know, and that'll be common. Because the only thing I do worry about, like especially during elections and stuff like that, of propaganda and bullshit and all kinds of stuff being fake videos, and
Oh
it
yeah.
just
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I worry about.
It's gonna make it. It's gonna make politics a bigger nightmare than it already is, my friend. I
Yeah,
mean, that's yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
my
shit.
God, are you
Dude,
kidding
I
me?
feel like it's ready. We see it right now. I don't want to get into politics too much, but we see what's going on with the colleges right now with young kids uh protesting hard and doing and protesting against stuff they don't understand, just what they get small clips of information or just inspiration from their peers. And it sucks what you see, like how it's affecting younger kids now, that you would have never thought problems that happen in other countries away from us, people would be standing harder for that country than their own country. It's all fucked up now, man. But during politics, if they do use AI to fabricate a story or something and actually get a lot of people on board believing it, it's gonna be scary, man.
It's
It's gonna be
gonna be
some wild
rough.
shit.
Yeah, AI is and that's the thing. AI is not going away. It's only going to get more advanced. It's not where we've already as a society reached the point of no return for AI, because you're going into two different stages. You have AI, and then the next step is AGI. And AGI is artificial general intelligence. And certain scientists and specialists in this area have already said we've already crossed that point, because what AGI is, it's when artificial intelligence is 100% smarter and superior to every human on the earth.
Well, I think I
They're
heard that was supposed to happen like in a year already. That's how fast it's moving.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
it's yeah, some
yeah.
are saying that we're already there, some are saying that it's, that it's a little ways away yet, but at the speed that we're moving, yeah, it's not going to be too long before it's completely, you know, uh obvious in the world and completely taken over at this point.
That's
Uh
crazy, dude, to think
Chief
of all this shit.
Yeah, it is, and I'm just happy sitting here being able to write my own songs and actually produce them. I'm like sitting here like enjoying these small little tools and things I can do
Stringer.
in the grand scheme of things. Uh, G-Force guy says he's going to marry a sex robot and make her look like Sonya. So Sonya from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. And Stringer Films, that's exactly what I was talking about. But yeah, dude, it's just crazy, man. Think about it. It is kind of weird where technology, as far as video games hit, dude. This was like the first generation of consoles that wasn't such a huge jump, man. Because some reason I'm having nostalgia for the Xbox 360. I remember that was a good time in gaming. And I saw on Moat's channel the other day, they had a tournament. It was a boxing one. It was a Fight Night Champions, and it was on the Xbox 360, or they might be playing it on the one through backwards compatible. I don't know where they're playing it. I think it was through the Xbox Series X. Maybe it's backwards compatible or some shit. I don't know. But whatever they're streaming it, I was looking at the graphics like, holy shit, these look great. Like it looks like a modern game. It looks so fucking good, man. And I was thinking about like, yeah, PS5, like it's weird, right? Like how this was the first generation of gaming that like for the first year or whatever, like still to this day, like they're barely getting to how many years? We're like 3 years in. I don't know. I don't keep up with it, but they're barely making games exclusive to the newer system. Like it was the first new system that, oh, I don't need to upgrade. I don't need to upgrade. And it just like a lot of people did. And it's like our technology didn't have that leap that the 360 had to from PS4 to PS5. There's no leap like it was from the original Xbox to the 360 when HD came out. So it makes me think like how crazy technology advanced we already are. And now with AI, it's like, holy shit, like what's going to happen? I don't know. It's just like stuff to think about and talk about because I don't know. And I'm just seeing like little things that go crazy. I'm like, it's weird, man. What are you gonna say?
Here's what's going to happen with AI. You know, you're talking GeForce guys talking about AI video games. This is what's going to happen. Okay, so say you're okay. So we're gonna use GeForce guy as an example. Okay, because he's into VR and all that.
Yeah.
AI is getting to the point. Is going to get to that point where you'll be able to use your virtual reality headset and say you want to go out on a date with Sonya Blade. Literally go out on a date with Sonya Blade from Mortal Kombat. You will be able to do that. You'll literally be able to go in to the virtual environment. You'll be able to like meet up with Sonya in an environment and actually go on a date with Sonya, complete with intimacy and everything due to AI. And not just that, AI is coming for your VR porn too. Basically, what AI will do is AI will basically become the performer from that video and make it so that it is a personal interactive experience where the AI basically becomes that person in that environment.
So do you think it'll get this far where like, all right, I'm talking to you and I will literally get the same experience instead of like, let me fly over there, visit you and play games at your place, that I'll literally be able through whatever technology simulation feel like I'm really there hanging out with you, walking around and seeing a body that looks exactly what you would look like. And in my brain, I wouldn't be able to tell a difference, that it would be that good. Do you think we'll eventually get to that point?
Yes. Yeah.
Holy shit. That's a wild shit to think about.
It's gonna get to the point, OTG, on a deeper level where none of the people you interact with are gonna actually be those real people. The people you're gonna be interacting with is you're gonna be interacting with AI simulated versions of those real people. But you're not gonna be able to tell. You're not gonna be able to tell the difference. There's not gonna be, and the thing is it's gonna be custom for everybody. So the people you're interacting with are, I mean, like these are your friends, like you and me. We're interacting right now over here, for this live stream, right? We'll be doing this, but it's essentially like we're talking to each other, but then we're not talking to each other because AI is creating the version for me and the version for you that we're talking to. So I'm talking to an AI version of you. You're talking to an AI version of me. Who knows where the real people are going to be? It's all going to be so muddled. There's not going to be. The point is, there's not going to be any difference between what we perceive as real and what's actually real anymore.
Yeah. So instead of like us logging onto YouTube here and using cameras to see each other and mics and the internet, we're actually going to be able to have a version of real life where we could interact and
Stringer, that's a trip, Stringer, that's going to happen. Stringer, that's going to happen. What you're not,
that's going to happen.
What people don't realize is you're going to be able to, I mean, this is what it's going to be. You'll be able to be in that VR world, like the example I gave earlier about Sonya Blade. You'll literally be able to go on a date with Sonya and go to a restaurant and experience, like you would go into a restaurant, like a real life, like Matrix kind of a scenario.
But you're not going to be able to eat, right?
Yeah, you will. Yeah.
How?
you'll be able to eat. You'll be a food. That's already something. That's something that's been in development for a while now.
So the food will
For
literally be
VR.
where you're at then, right? And then in the real world, it'll look like I don't get it. Like something's gonna serve you food or what?
You're not gonna. Your brain is not going to when okay when you put the VR headset on and you go into virtual reality, your brain is not going to be able to distinguish between what you're doing in the virtual world versus what you're doing in the real world. So when you put the headset on, to your brain, everything that's happening in that virtual world is happening to you. So when you're going into a restaurant and you're sitting down and you're actually ordering like your favorite steak or whatever, you're actually sitting down, you're actually having that steak. You're actually eating that steak, enjoying it, like being in the Matrix. But once you take that headset off,
You'll
you're
still
no
be hungry. Yeah, you're in the
you're no
world.
longer there. No, you might not be. You might not be hungry, and here's why. Because to your brain, you are eating that steak. You did eat that steak. So it's essentially like you're eating that steak, but you're not getting any of the effects of the calorie intake because it's in VR and it's not, and they're working on that. They're developing that now. I don't know how that's going to work, but that's what it's going to be. You're going to be able to
Holy
see,
shit.
you're going to be able to see, hear, touch, taste, smell, everything. The environment is going to be so realistic that I think people are going to want to like do away with reality altogether and just live in the VR world all the time.
Oh man, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna want to fuck with VR unless I have to, and I think we're already getting old. It'll be past our time, and Zohar can be stuck in VR. I'm not, man. Zohar's over here. Been trying to tell you, like, fuck VR. I'm not down with the VR. That's the only thing. It's just like I've never experienced it lately, and I don't want to because I don't want to get addicted to it. The last time I experienced it was long time ago on the PS4, and that was at the very beginning before what it looks like. I imagine now it's amazing, but
You're gonna what's gonna happen is that the idea of here's my thing. If I can go, for example, I can go on a date with Sonya Blade and go fly around the world on a dragon and then stop and have my favorite steak. And then not only that, you'll be able to have your little intimate moments with Sonya Blade. I mean, you're gonna take your headset off and you're gonna be like, oh, now I gotta go back. Now I gotta go back to work, or now I gotta go. I gotta do this. I gotta live in the real world. I feel like we're gonna get to a point where people are gonna literally have have their like nutrients fed to them intravenously and just be in VR permanently. They're not gonna want to live in the real world anymore because that's gonna be the new addiction. That's gonna be the new drug, the virtual world, because you can, if you can have anything and everything that you want and your brain can't distinguish between that being real, any more than the world that we currently inhabit. I don't know, man. I don't know. VR is pretty cool. I'm a fan of it.
yeah.
I'm going to be
It
interested
was
in
cool chatting
seeing.
about all this shit, man. It was crazy topics, man. Stuff I've never talked to anybody about, really. I'm not really into it yet. I'm not sold on it, but it is interesting talk because it does. I do believe the technology is going to get crazy like that because it's just how fast it's moving, man. And I feel like we have reached not exactly the. I don't know, man. Gaming is just proof that technology is going a different direction, man. I feel like it just hasn't. I don't know, man. Games have been boring lately. I find myself playing more retro than anything. I feel
More
like,
retro than anything, yes.
yeah,
Even in VR, because when I'm walking around in that VR arcade where I can literally go up to a real arcade machine and I'm literally seeing the smudges on the cabinet, and I'm seeing and I'm experiencing it as though I'm really there. I don't know, man. I'm at the
you
point
showed that segment, dude, and I didn't picture it looking like a real arcade. Do you have clips of that you can show real quick, like
I,
real fast?
you know what? You know what? Yeah, hold on. Let's.
I'm gonna have to split here in a little bit. I gotta get off, but I
Yeah,
want
well,
to see that
I was
before.
gonna wrap. Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna kind of wrap things up here, but I do wanna, but I
just
can't go to the VR. We can kind of pull up the
in
VR
case
time
nobody's
chat.
seen it, at least show 30 seconds of it. And I was freaked out because I didn't imagine like all right, so I put on, like I said, I haven't played VR since the PS4, and I remember that racing game was pretty amazing, and RE7 was pretty cool. And just thinking of being in this arcade, like I didn't picture it. Just seeing it from this view and not a VR view, I'm like, holy shit, shit looks amazing, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I
Yeah,
just think it's
yeah,
and it's definitely a good place to go on. I've been
yeah.
promoting this on every single stream I've been doing
Yeah.
lately
If only
because
a Stringer could get a VR print of his arcade, man, I would go over there, dude, and I would go play that Centipede. So I can only imagine what this is like with the goggles on.
uh looking at it
This is
here doesn't do it justice.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure the goggles, it's fucking amazing. And you can literally go and play those machines
Yes,
and have
sir.
your arcade stick or whatever. You just got
Yes.
download the ROMs yourself. And I remember
Yeah.
seeing it up close. You could see like it looks like a real cabinet, man.
Yes. Do you literally see the imperfections in the CRTs?
Damn, dude. And then the dude's building like different floors and stuff like that you could keep walking and see more, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's different floors, and he's working on multiplayer, so that we'll soon be able to congregate in groups and have it's going to be amazing. Like it's phenomenal. It's
Yeah.
phenomenal now, just from the standpoint of being able to do all that we can do.
All we need is the smell of the 80s carpet that we're talking about, or 80-year-old carpet, and the goat feed. And yeah, dude.
Yeah, he's not on the floor right now with the
Yeah.
floor right now with the 80s carpet, but there is a floor that
Yeah.
has the 80s arcade
I,
purple
I would just
carpet.
be stupid like the 80. I meant what Stringer said, whatever 80-year-old carpet, the smell, like the nasty smell in the arcade. That's just
Yes.
being stupid.
Yes, absolutely.
It just looks too good, man. It looks fun, dude. Like especially if you can meet up with people and fucking just. I mean, they think about like how far technology can go. Like if we actually met up there, like that'd be crazy.
Yeah, everybody will be able to meet up here, and you won't even have to. Yeah, Gallagher guy 88's in the chat. Yeah, I had him on last on Friday, and yeah, we talked at length about that.
All right.
I sold him on the idea too.
Yeah. So Stringer, we need get with this guy who's making this and get him a
There it
copy
is.
your arcade, man. We need the
there-
Stringer arcade
there's the carpet.
with the centipede. I need the arcade 1-up centipede.
The arcade 1-up centipede.
His modified arcade. But yeah, dude, that's amazing, man.
There's turtles in time, or the OG Ninja Turtle.
In my goat cab, I got the goat cab.
You see the detail, and you can even see the reflections of the other cabinets and stuff. Look at the details. Look at the details, bro. Look at that.
That's crazy, dude.
I mean, what is that?
And this is just a guy making it. That's what's crazy.
Yeah,
It's not,
it's one guy, that's working on this project.
that's crazy.
Totally overseeing.
Look the carpet. That's cool carpet right there.
Yeah, yeah, that's the carpet. That's the carpet.
Brooklyn Menace is gonna make a version that is all IR gates. Oh my god.
all in VR. No hotel. Look at that. No hotel, no flight, no money. All in VR. Yeah, look at that. All in VR. You're gonna be able to do all this. Look at that side art. Look at how the detail, bro. This is what I'm
It's
talking
crazy,
about.
dude.
I mean, at this point, this is what I was telling Gallagher guy on Friday. You know, you don't need a house full of machines anymore. You could, I mean, you can go into the VR world and play these games whenever you want to, with authentic buttons and sticks, no less. Look at all the candy cabs. Yeah, the candy cab floor. This is really nice. The Pepsi machine, everything is so detailed, and I can't stress enough how the how like it just doesn't do it justice.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, for sure. And I know I'm just seeing it like right here, and I know there's a big difference when you actually put on the headset. So it's just crazy. But
yeah,
anyways,
yeah,
yeah, dude, I'm gonna have to get off. It's
yeah,
getting
no red.
super late. This was a
Right,
long
right.
chat.
We're gonna have to go ahead and wrap this up. We've been going for
Yeah.
like 3.5 hours, and
Shit.
I'm about to pull the trigger on the MetaQuest 3 for this. And like I told you, Galaga guy, I'll help you out with the setup on all that. And you know, yeah, you'll definitely it'll definitely be of value. But I want to thank everybody in the chat for being here and joining me and OTG for this amazing nearly 4-hour stream. I've been doing some late night Q&As that have been going extra long, but it's always fun. It's always a pleasure to have you here, OTG. You are
Dude, thank you, dude. I always like chatting with you. We're all over the place. We talked about some drama in the community. We talked about AI for a long time. VR. Man, we're all over the place, dude. I'm trying to think of all the stuff we talked about. We talked about a lot of shit. It was awesome, but
a lot of
always a
stuff
good
we
time.
talked. Yeah, I mean, hey, we even talked about UAG's movie reviews. So
Yeah,
we're
him and his
talking.
connections and
I mean,
shit.
yeah, that dude is like you said, he's going places.
You know what?
Anyway,
He's the best. His best decision was to leave Arcade One Up content and go to movies because he's going places, man.
oh yeah, without a doubt. And with all that being said, again, I want to thank everybody for being here, and I'll see you guys next week for another episode of Late Night Q&A. But before you go, OTG, what do you got coming up on your
Oh,
channel?
dude, I don't got anything coming up. I have been working on this video. I don't know if I'm gonna release it. It's just it's on gonna be on my main channel. It's a modern vintage gamer. He got into some little things on Twitter that he deleted. I just wanted to cover it, but I don't really make much content these days. So I enjoy these live streams more than anything. So I don't really have anything set in stone right now.
All right. Well, man, hey, you're welcome back. You're welcome back on my channel anytime,
Oh, dude, I'm
OTG.
down. We gotta do it again, man.
You totally you know that. And Zero Redo says 2 million subs by next week. All right. And on that note, we'll say goodnight to everybody. Thanks again, everybody. Thank you, Stringer Films. Thank you, GeForce Guy, aka Zohar. Thank you, Galaga Guy, Stringer Films, Brooklyn Menace, Retro Ralph, all you great people. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Good night, everybody.